Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
We see through the disguise. They keep us distracted while the world's on the fire.
Truth over lies.
Global game, same plan. If we don't stay focused, we'll never get our land. They talk world peace, while they loading the weapons. Same script, different villains, same global direction. US pointing fingers that is well on screen, but the real war invisible, messing with minds of the people we seen. They say pick a side, red or blue, while the money keep printing and the truth stay mute. Black folks caught in the middle of a chessboard play. Entertainment distractions keep us arguing all day. They don't want unity, they want noise. They don't want leaders, they want angry boys. Scrolling, debating, beefing online, while reputation get better in the headline.
Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we'll keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, a distracted people, never win the race. They weaponize conflict, divide the globe.
Sanction, invasion, money controls, but tell Black America to stay entertained, while generational death never got reclaimed. Reparations ain't charity, it's a debt. Stolen labor, stolen land, don't forget. They want us beefing over nonsense and clout, while the real conversation never comes out. Peace ain't possible without truth involved. You can't heal a wound you refuse to resolve, so we staying locked in, eyes wide open. No distractions, we decoding what's spoken. Focus, they want us blind, unfocused, focus. We too old to be hopeless. No more smoke screens, no more circus shows. Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, a distracted people, never win a race.
Truth over lies.
Mr. Walker, truth over lies. World politics, black focus, no distractions. Another young life lost to street violence. Yeah, this ain't entertainment, this is intervention. If the truth hurts your feelings, it probably need to be said.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarter zip mindset, grown men talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarter zip mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, this real, no cap, no crash outs, no throwaway stats, waste that. OG's back, put order in place. Say to you, left the streets, left the cave.
Yeah, I seen talent die for an Instagram stare. Wine chasing clout, no plan, no prayer. Street code outdated, nobody wins. Same block, same cycle, same pens. They selling dreams, but it's really a trap. Labels love bodies, they don't love blacks. We need leaders, not shooters with aim. Need fathers and homes, not candles and names. Quarter zip weather, mind on legacy. Talk money, discipline, equity. I ain't judging, I'm correcting course. Truth hit hard, but it save you more.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. If the streets trying to break them chains. Quarter zip mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Yeah, OG talk, pull a chair, sit down. Ain't no honor in a jailhouse gown. They told you drill was the way to shine, but the real killers is time and fines. They cheering when you crash out young, and forget your name when the sentence come. We ain't anti-culture, we anti-death. Anti-mama crying, anti-breath, last left. You wanna be a man? Build something real. Stocks, trade, skill set, something you can feel. If the streets ain't hate, it's love with the spine. We tryna get you old now, viral online.
Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kids. Break generational suffering. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not bury boys.
Not bury boys.
Truth over lies.
Yeah. Cart before the horse productions. Gavin X Mr. Walker. Truth over lies. SBC Nation. We in here. We ain't like them, we stay on cold. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast. Yeah, truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Yeah. Came from the mud, now we cleaning it up. Same block raised us, but we changing it up. No more crashing out, we elevating the mind. Trying to break them cycles, leave that struggle behind. They promote chaos, we promoting the code. Family first, yeah, that's how it go. Married men speaking, yeah, we leading the way. Not perfect, but we building each day. Single mom stresses and playing both sides. Child support courts got a whole lot of pride. But where the structure? Where the fathers at? We ask real questions, they don't honor that.
We ain't like them, we stay on course. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. Yeah. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast cap. Truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Reparations talk, yeah, we bring it to light. But unity first, gotta get it right. Can't build wealth if the home's not strong. Too many kids growing up all wrong. Dug, wildin', by piece of fed up. Toxic love stories, yeah, we seen enough. We break it down so the truth hit clear. No sugarcoat talk when we speak in here. Stay woke, not sleep, gotta move with sense. Not every trend worth the consequence. They push distractions, we pushing facts. Trying to get the culture back on track. I just want better days. Real love, real homes, better ways. I just speak that truth for the ones coming up after you. Truth over lies, yeah, we locked in. Single by choices, yeah, we tapped in. Copper for the horse, yeah, we building brands. SBC Nation, yeah, we taking stands. Like, comment, subscribe, don't wait. Support the show, yeah, we appreciate. Cash App, super chat, show love, truth over lies. Yeah, we rise above.
Welcome. Live Tuesday, Truth Over Lies, brought to you by Cart Before the Horse Productions. How you feeling today, Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir. I am Feeling fan freaking tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Le Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Truth Over Lies. In affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine Truth Over Lies Tuesday?
In the big name of Jesus, you hear me?
Welcome in. Truth Over Lies family, Cart Before the Horse family. We are simulcasting, so make sure y'all hit the like button no matter which channel you're watching on.
Wherever you watching it from, you know what it is. Come one, come all this fine May 19th, 2026. As you can see, Gavin X and I are very much still in the mix, reporting live to you jive chickens with Truth Over Lies.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So here we are, folks. It's Tuesday night. All right, we're going to cook up. We're going to piggyback off a lot of stuff that's we already talked about. As far as this Chubb Ninja, if you thought we let him off the hook, you got another thing coming, brother. We ain't done with you.
Absolutely not, Chubbs the Chobe. Oh, we piling on. Call it what you want. We piling on. We beating a dead horse. All that. Stomping it. On some Quentin Tarantino style type ish.
Man. I tell you. So there's still some updates going on with that. All right, he in jail, still trying to get bonded out. So we're going to touch on it, and it's a lot going on. Y'all see the show? We talking about MAGA. We talking about Black America, reparations. Let's talk about it.
It's a lot going on. Yeah, you know what? We're going to talk about it. Sorry, it's our duty to talk about it as we are journalists. However, a lot of this is a distraction from those X-Files to advocate talking about that. But we're going to talk about what we can. That's why it's a lot going on. Look, where are my conspiracy theorists at? They got us looking this a which way, that a which way. Who said that? She hunched him. Yeah, it's a lot more wicked stuff going on, but here we are.
God damn. So nonetheless, we're going to cook up. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Shout out to Lee Turner. Says hit the like button on your way in.
That pod. We appreciate you always coming through, Brother Lee.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave out here. My screen freezing up. I'll go out, come back in.
Okay. But nevertheless, as Mr. X take care of his technical difficulty, shout out to SBC, Cart Before the Truth Over Lies Nation. I see somebody asked if something about the good doctor. Oh, yeah. That might be what's today. We might touch back on that on Thursday. But yeah, it's getting worse and worse. But I told y'all, Bryant, oh my goodness, Cheyenne Bryant's ace in her pocket, her big joker is that copyright deal. You back?
Yeah, I hear you. Not so much though. We're gonna keep an eye on her as well. Yeah, they saying even that can't protect her. So some other stuff she was doing, she was still moving wrongly.
It's how that's how she was perceiving or being perceived. It was a sleight of hand. I said it was some T-Money stuff. Maybe it wasn't illegal, but see, that's it. What she's been doing may be legal, but it was morally corrupt. Yeah, at the least.
Man, so make sure y'all check out all the content we've been dropping on her. If you ain't subscribed to Truth Over Lies, Single by Choices, go check it out.
There you go. Shout out to Replay Gang.
Man, but tonight, like I said, we're talking about broken systems. The land of the free is called, whatever that means.
What's that mantra that who do this ever said in grade school? The home of the free, the land of the brave. Huh? What about the thievery? What about the land of the thieves? What about the home of the hooligans? How about that?
So we're going to get into it. We got some Charleston White. We got, y'all see David Banner. I think we got some Dr. Umar. Long show tonight. We just going to cook up.
I saw OG David Banner up there. I'm going to say this. Y'all can lamp off for David Banner. I don't know. I've been seeing the brother catching some mess on the internet. Y'all, man, the culture. When I say y'all, I mean the culture, man. They will start to condemn anybody. David Banner? Y'all coming after Ice Cube, David Banner, MLK, Malcolm X, Mother Mo. Ain't nobody safe. Who y'all ninjas like? Who y'all all right with? Huh? Kobe? Rest in peace of Kobe.
Good question. And shout out to Stephen James. I see Kermit the Frog ran out of toilet paper.
Thank you for the compliment, Stephen James. That's mighty nice of you.
Jesus.
God.
Nonetheless, hit the like button. We're going to start here. All right. Trigger alert. Just from us pulling this ninja on the screen, I know y'all about to berate. Slow.
You know what? Right quick. See, this is whenever he looked like a cartoon character. He looked like a character off of Meat Canyon. Whenever hyenas started going on about incels and betas and ninjas making demands for IG model-less women and they don't qualify, this is the cuts of ninja. He like a cut. It's a cut of ninja, like a cut off of a daggone cow. Just the Roland Martin cut.
Yeah, listen here. Y'all see that big old ring he got on like Thanos? He make you kiss the ring. He by Mr. Walker. Put his hand out. You know what to do. You know what to do.
Yeah. Tell me. Now I want him to tell me. Tell me exactly what you want me to do. Look me in my eyes and tell me, ninja. I dare you.
So here we go. Hit the like.
The racist white conservative Republicans are now using the very civil rights laws that were passed in the 1860s, 1870s, and the 1960s now against us.
Jesus.
Hell!
Can't even take these ninjas serious. You up here with Roland Martin and Pastor Jamal Bryan. I mean, the corruption runs so deep, but I guess these the people that's leading the way. These two ninjas you see over here, Gavin X Mr. Walker, demonized. They say we toxic. On the right, Order 66, these is the lieutenants.
And if we had a group of women and standing between danger and the women, would you want to put Gavin X and Mr. Walker between the ladies in danger, or Roly Poly Martin and that mother sucker there? He gonna chip his fingernail and get to complaining. Man, hush. That's what the guy in RC want. They like zest. I'm done.
So I'm gonna take it back. I couldn't even hear him, but I'm gonna try to listen.
Jeez.
These white conservative Republicans are now using the very civil rights laws that were passed in the 1860s, 1870s, and the 1960s now against us by saying these things are discriminatory against white people.
Crazy.
They're using the very same civil rights laws now against us by saying, oh, it discriminates against them.
Hell!
So here we are. First thing first, is that true? Where you at, Rachel, in the chat? I know there's a lot going on with the voting rights. It's going through the Supreme Court, and a lot. And if that's true, it's egregious to say, all right, y'all use this because y'all was going to the voting booths and being intimidated, deleted, ran away, told you couldn't vote. So they had to pass bills so that y'all could vote without being deleted. And now they said, but now in 2026, it's discriminating against white folks. I don't know how.
Listen here, when they take their mask off, stop acting like you can't see they monstrous face. I ain't gotta ask you no question. I heard what you said. Is those your thoughts? I listen, Gavin X, you said best. I ain't trying to convince them. If that's their thoughts, if they done sat around and said, we gonna look these dockies in their face and tell them a law that was put in place to make things equal, somehow made things unequal to the race that was being evil and unequal. I ain't got no questions. I heard you. And so be it. Here we are.
And the thing is, it's more deeply rooted because, the whole civil rights all this stuff has been hijacked. So shout out to our freedom fighting sister, Ebony Dean. Y'all need to cut the check because everything that was originally intended for us, a lot of stuff we didn't even receive, but all the stuff that was intended for us, now everybody gets a slice. So it's civil rights for immigrants, from Venezuela or Mexico, LGBT, Asians, this and that. So now everybody's on board, and with all the illegal immigration stuff going on, they trying to bundle it all into one. This is why delineation, shout out to Ebony Dean, we are who we are. That ain't got nothing to do with us. If you need to write a separate bill for them, that's something different.
And I agree. And as the years go on, they make it hard and harder, just to be peaceful for melanated folks. If you ask me, get difficult remaining peaceful, but we peaceful. We peaceful folks. They keep showing us that they hate us. Everybody getting anti-hate bills but us, and ain't no other race endured what we have endured, putting it extremely lightly. They hate us. I ain't looking for nothing from them. We need to continue to have conversations and eventually consolidate resources and do something. Or I don't know who said, I think John Hope Bryan said, we need to stop trying to create something from scratch and join things that already are successful and established. Shout out to Mound Bayou.
That part. And we actually going to touch on that later today. And shout out to Sister Yaya. They love talking about people of color. That is true. Shout out to Ebony Dean. That's why a lot of people don't get on board with it, but you got to delineate and say you are FBA because we ain't people of color. Don't bundle us in with none of that. People of color.
See, and it's getting wicked. I think they are weaponizing that term because, who's people of color? Black, African, probably Middle Eastern, Somalian. You're all people of color. You see
everything non-white, even Asians, everything.
I'm telling you, man, it's some deep some deep fake stuff going on. I'm telling you,
discriminates against them.
They will gladly pay $10 a gallon for gas if it means black people can't vote. Don't ever underestimate their commitment to hate. I'm Major League, and I'll give you 3 things about it. Thing number 1, Republicans have been chipping away at the Voting Rights Act for over a decade, gradually, piece by piece. They re-elected Trump to make sure the final nail got hammered, and his Supreme Court finished the job. But look at the price they paid for it. Gas is approaching a national average of $5 a gallon. Farms across the country are facing bankruptcy. And for the first time in history, the national debt has eclipsed our national GDP. This is an economic disaster the country has never seen. They killed the Voting Rights Act, and the price? The financial solvency of the entire United States economy.
Hell!
I mean, man, the rabbit hole is deep. The gas is outrageous, and the T-money derangement syndrome on both sides. So the people that's rocking with them, they tripling down at this point.
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, folks. I'm telling you, this I can't help but trip down these rabbit holes. The farms are going bankrupt. I've been, aware of that, keeping eyes on that. They are getting rid of all the farmers. And this is my concern. Hear me. They doing this to white folk. They are disrupting and toppling generation after generation of white folks' wealth. Like, where do we think as a people, where do we fall into place in their plans if they will brutalize and cheat themselves? And here's the reason they say they're taking the farmlands. They say we eat too much meat. They trying to build all these data centers, and there's videos out about them talking about we eat too much meat, and they're thinking about releasing a tick, the bug, a tick that when it bites you, it makes you be disgusted at meat. It makes you not like meat. Conspiracies. But here we are. Look, just keep connecting dots.
Yes. So that is true about the farms. I seen one woman said they approached her with like $28 million. And she's like, nah, this farm been in my family for, and whatever. And they trying to build data, Amazon or Google, whoever it was that approached her. Like I said, they trying to build data centers and whatever they want to do with your hundreds of acres. We want it.
And those acres, we know those supposed to be in our acres, granted, acknowledged. But man, you better take that money because listen, he gonna have his way. White man gonna have his way one way or another. You want to keep that farmland? What you gonna do when the data centers next to it dumping toxic water, destroying your soil? Now what? Then they gonna come to you 5 years later with $5 million. Then you see what I'm saying?
That is the trade MAGA made. Thing number 2, and his voters couldn't give less of a fuck. They're online right now screaming stick it to the libs while their jobs are preparing for another round of layoffs. Lyndon B. Johnson once said, convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man and he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. That quote has never been more true.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this for the last few weeks, this type of stuff. Yeah, shout out to that. So white folks they was doing that on the plantation. I told y'all when they was living in the same shacks we was in, under the same damn near conditions outside of having to work. They just had to watch the workers all day long, but you were still out there in the heat. You might have been on the horse or whatever the case, but it was a miserable existence to compare to the man in the big house.
See, these are the tactics they use when they going and taking Farmer John's land that's been in his lineage for many a generation. They say, hey, John, we're giving you top dollar. Look, dude, we did the numbers. We're giving you top dollar. These ninjas ain't getting nothing, John. You're getting 28 mil. Start over. We got some sound investments, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they can't miss. And this is what they coming with. Don't worry. Yes, we picking your pocket, but them ninjas, them people of color got it much worse.
Never been more true. Donald Trump's net worth has nearly tripled this term. At the same time, his supporters are being pushed off a financial cliff, and they are calling it winning. Thing number 3. Look, the bottom line is this. They hate black people more than they love themselves. All the proof you need is in their actions. They will accept economic ruin, higher gas, empty shelves, layoffs. They drink so much white supremacist Kool-Aid that their own suffering feels like a victory. They will happily burn down their own house as long as we can't vote in it. But I want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments and follow Major League.
So there you go. I mean, two things can be true, but it seems like this brother got a bit of Trump derangement syndrome himself. But he could have been hitting on a little bit of something.
A little something. Yeah, that MAGA Trump derangement, that's wild. I don't care. Listen here. If you melanated and you claim MAGA, go, man. I can't say what I want to say. But even the white folks that still claiming MAGA, knowing what y'all know about them X-Files, y'all is rotten. Y'all, that's deranged. Y'all still claiming this ninja? Stop it.
Oh, yes, it's a real thing. Shout out to the black MAGAs out there.
Absolutely.
And they talking about T-Money 2028. It's getting crazy.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Some things you just don't do. Like, I'm serious. Some things you just leave it alone. Talking about black, I can't even say it.
We can work. So here we go. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Here's the thing. Like I say, there is Trump derangement on the other side. Let's check out the MAGA folk.
This is hilarious.
Fire with water. You got no gun-free zones.
So more guns.
Yep. Can't fight fire with water. You got to fight fire with fire.
You can't fight fire with water?
Yeah, depends on what's in the fire.
They specifically do fight fire with water.
Yeah.
This is MAGA. These dudes are idiots. They just weirdos, you know, out there riding the train. And this be your manager at your job or something. They don't be competent. It be nepotism and just systemic. Same thing like the plantation, like that quote just went. All right, we're going to give you just a little bit more than the rest of these ninjas. Keep them in line.
These ninjas just want blood, man. You can't fight one of the dumbest statements ever made trying to make a point. You can't fight fire with water. Shout out to all the firefighters out there. What y'all be using? Compressed freaking air? Like, come on. He's like, you know, it's typically how it's done. Look at him. Just goofy. Yeah. Ain't got a smooth bonus look. Just weird. I kind of be feeling bad for Becky. We know what you ladies like. You got to deal with this ninja. He ain't never wrong. He probably sit around watching Alf eat Alpo dog food.
All that. Oh, man.
And no gun-free zones.
Okay, so more guns. You were saying you did lose your job as a result of the vaccines.
Yep, because I just wasn't allowed in people's homes without a mask, or a lot of people would ask me, are you vaccinated?
And it was at a big company or no?
Small company, self-employed, just myself.
Okay, so
and
you
kids, yeah.
you kind of had to let yourself go. You fired yourself.
We need to start buying shit in America.
They just be talking. So they talk about the anti-mask, lost his job. What job? I was working for myself. Doing what? Just out there complaining.
He was doing repairs. Shout out to me and Mr. X with our home improvement company doing Cooties 19. This was an obstacle. You go in to do, because we handle properties. They were rentals for the most part. You go in and the renter be like, you know, you got your mask, make sure you got your mask on. And sometimes they would be like, you got your cootie shot? And we'd be like, yep. Hey, he about to sit there and say no and miss out on this bag. That's what he did. They said, do you have your shots? He was like, I ain't taking that shot. They was like, get
Small company, self-employed, just myself.
Okay, so you
kids, yeah.
kind of had to let yourself go. You fired yourself.
We need to start buying shit in America.
You want to buy American shit?
Yep, America, made in America. Cost more.
Can I ask you where the hat's made?
Oh, it's probably made in China. I don't know. I bought this 4 years ago.
Where is it made?
I probably think it's made in China. Yeah.
Okay.
The hell? Yeah. And his shirt say grays but not dazed. T-Money 2024. Hey, wow. He said we need to start making everything in America. Where was your hat made? Probably China. But I bought this 4 years ago. That's before I pledged. That's before I had my thigh. I was asleep. White man say I'm woke. Nah, I was asleep back then.
the very fact that the vast majority of all items from clothes to kitchenware are made in China or Taiwan or Bangkok or Indonesia, that should go, that again, they take the mask off. So why is this a thing? Nobody questions this. Why is everything made in China and we can't stay in China? They would rather the big companies continue to make mucho profits by utilizing cheap labor than to raise the price of items and pay you ninjas a livable wage. That's the math. Because if they got to make it in America, now they got to pay y'all a reasonable dollar to make it in America. Ain't nobody trying to make no hat, you know, at $3 an hour, right? Maybe less than that. No, so y'all want only $25 higher to make these hats, so the price gonna go higher. So now they got to pay everybody more wages. Ain't happening. Made in China.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, you already know where we at. Myrtle Beach. Get your merch, man. Get your stuff, man. Rebel this, rebel everything. Rebel. You hear me? Me in South Carolina with it. White girl power. All right, now.
Oh my God, this ninja here. What the hell is going on? What? Rebel? Look, they got the two. I don't know if they want.
I tell you in the name of Jesus. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord.
Listen. I remember when I was in college that there was this. There's one person in specific used to. He had a rebel shirt, a rebel flag shirt. He played football. He was a fullback. And one day, and I was captain, so I did the freak. I almost cuss like a motherfucker. I'm getting hype. I do what I want. So one day, I pulled him to the side and I questioned him. I said, "What does that flag mean to you?" This is going somewhere. So, what does that flag mean to you? And either they are ignorant to it, or they know exactly what it means and they don't give a dang and they dare do somebody. Well, I did somebody. So I educated this sucker. I said that flag, the foundation of it, I don't care. Oh, I'm country, I'm South, eat dirt. The foundation of that flag is that black folks, FBAs to be specific, are always to be subservient to white folks. They deem that to be the natural order, hence the birth of this flag. So if you wear that flag and you black, you are 100%, no questions asked, a self-hating coon.
There you go. And Frederick Howard says lobotomies.
Frederick, you said that's all I should have said. Lobotomies, amen.
This is wild.
You hear me? Me in South Carolina with it. White girl power. All right, now.
What makes him the greatest president of all time?
Whatever he says he's going to do, he actually does it. He doesn't just play games like most of the other ones do. He didn't kick the can down the road on this Iran thing.
Right.
He's actually going to stop him from having a nuclear weapon.
He said he was going to end the war in Ukraine on the first day. Has that ended?
No, he didn't start that war.
But he did say he was going to end it on the day one.
So?
Well, you just said he's done everything he said. He said that.
Okay, so you're trying to get me with a gotcha question.
Listen, white man is undefeated. Understand, get to know him. That's all. Understand the other side and move accordingly and know what's going on.
Shout out to Iran. Let's hear it, man. No, shout out to Farrakhan. No nation is perfect. And shame on the U.S. for trying to police anybody and anything. Like they just be talking. Oh, they got nukes. What did that mean? Give us some context. What's the concern? Huh? What is concern? And what is this policing of other nations? How is that serving us? Ninja, you got on that cheap American flag shirt. You can't afford $8 a gallon on this gas. And you look like you either got a big old gas guzzling pickup truck or old Buick with a V8, old Buick or Cadillac DTS. Either way, you don't want to see none of these inflated gas prices. Pat.
I mean, I'm responding to what you said.
Okay, fine.
And he said he was going to lower gas prices. Are they lower than when he was inaugurated?
No, he lowered them for a long time until they had the Iran thing go on. Right. That he did lower, any inflation's down lower. He's doing everything properly.
But the gas prices are higher now because of Iran.
The Iran thing.
But he started the war in Iran, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is, the gas prices are up because of something he's done.
So?
So what? You trying to get me with a gotcha? MAGA. You talking about America, boy. Who you talking to?
You sound like you anti-America. Why you calling out these uncomfortable truths? So selfish as heck. Sound like Bone Quisha who we trying to hold her accountable. And so what? Don't matter. Yeah, do. This is what I mean. Pat. He a boomer at the least, right? Yeah. He's sitting on some nice little nest egg. Yeah, shout out to some of y'all boomers. Y'all really don't give a god dog. Y'all made out like a fat rat. Hey, mad at y'all. Kudos to y'all. You know, y'all made out with y'all journey here in life. Good for y'all, but y'all don't care about nobody else. I don't care about gas prices. My house paid off. My Cadillac DTS paid off. I actually got a pension from my job. I got some insider stock trading options. I'm straight. I ain't worried about the gas prices. Y'all, that's for y'all to worry about. MAGA.
Looking forward to 2028, Trump 2028.
You want to see Trump run again in 2028?
He'll win.
But would you be okay with him running for a third term?
I have no problem with that at all.
Even if it's against the Constitution?
I don't believe it's against the Constitution. I believe there's other routes there.
And what would those routes be?
I don't know. I'm not a constitutional lawyer.
But if it was against the Constitution, which it is, would you still be in favor of it?
I'm not in favor of breaking laws, no.
Okay. So no Trump 2028.
Trump 2028.
All right.
They're wilding. They are crashing out. Yeah. This is the other side of the Trump derangement syndrome. He can't do no wrong, and we riding with him no matter what. Even, like she said, I ain't doing nothing illegal, but we're going to do something illegal, if you catch my drift.
Listen, it's not. See, this is what I'm saying. Shout out to Dr. Cheyenne Bryan. Her T-Money the same. T-Money, a president does not have to step down from presidency under two things that are, one thing is happening now, the other is on the verge of. Number one, if there is an active war, he ain't got to step down. We in war. President, he got stuff to do. He can step down after the war is done. Shout out to folks deeming this the forever war. Number two is martial law. Extreme civil unrest where the National Guard gets deployed. Shout out to ICE. It's legal ways of doing it.
Trump 2028.
All right.
I believe in the law.
So you're a law and order guy?
Well, I mean, yeah. If we don't have rules, what you got? Chaos.
I have to ask, Donald Trump was just found guilty of fraud, $385 million.
So?
Law and order.
I'm not electing a priest.
I know, but does that bother you that he was found guilty of that, being a law and order person?
Well, compared to what?
I'm saying he did a thing that was very illegal. He owes hundreds of millions of dollars. You're a law and order guy. Does that bother you?
Well, is he the only one that's ever did that?
Why you acting like this the first time this ever happened? You ever heard of George Washington? You know what them guys was doing? Obama. You remember what Obama did for the Zesties and all? MAGA.
This is wicked. Sound like immature children. Listen here. Like, outside of politics, if you think like this in politics, the rest of your life got to reflect it as well. Nug comes in many shades. I tell you that. Cause yeah, this is a colonizer. Nug. You sound dumb. He like, I believe in the law. Without law, there's chaos. Said T-Money got 21 felonies. So he said, I didn't hire no priest. What type of rebuttal is that? I ain't hired no priest. You gotta do a little wrong to do a little right.
I didn't say he's the only one who ever did that.
Okay, I know that. That's a loaded question.
Well, it seems A to B. If you really value law and order, but Trump is guilty of crimes, does it bother you that Trump, your guy, did a fraud that is costing him nearly $400 million?
Well, it bothers me, but it ain't going to deter my vote, sir. I still vote for him. If he had 21 million felonies, I'm voting for him.
What's the most important issue in the governor's race here in Virginia?
Getting back to the basics of teaching children, not teaching them critical race theory.
And what is critical race theory?
Well, I'm not going to get into the specifics of it because I don't understand it that much, but it's something that what little bit that I know I don't care for.
And what have you heard that you don't?
Well,
that you
I'm
don't
not.
like?
I'm not gonna. You know, I don't. I don't have that much knowledge on it, but it's something that I don't care for.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Man, I said critical race theory, teaching the children. They don't want y'all teaching their kids anything too deeply on Black history. We said y'all can do the I Got a Dream speech. You can tell them about Rosa Parks on the bus and maybe one or two other things. But you ain't about to get too deeply into it and start talking about picking cotton and what they went through and what they had to eat and the conditions. And we don't need to get granular. You ain't about to teach my grandbabies.
Too many little white gals and little white boys went home crying to mama and daddy, asking why were they so mean back in the day. Shout out to the concept of white guilt. Yeah, critical race theory. I hate that they named it that. Call it what it is. Say, call it out critical race. See, y'all, that's them Democrats. Critical race theory. No, dark American history, ninja, or real American history. The dark side of American wealth. Call it something real. Critical race theory is weak sauce. Yeah, they can't keep showing them that they was using us as tree ornaments. No, that was causing too much white guilt, too much shame. No, they got to still be happy and think folks like Johnny Appleseeds were heroes.
This is wicked. Shout out to our sister, Rachel with the 20 ball. She says, white man in Spalding County, Georgia, criticized T-Money and the Georgia government used eminent domain to take 225 acres from his family. It is a multi-generational, 100-year-old Pecan Grove farm to be turned into private corp jet airport. Happened 5 days ago.
See, I think I was keeping up with this. So they actually took it. They use eminent domain. See what I'm saying? That's kind of my fear. Shout out to Rachel. You go through all this madness, breaking generational curse, reclaiming your ancestors' land. And then white man will come and say, hey, we building a highway through this. We'll give you X amount of dollars. Now it's going to be whatever less later. Ain't nothing you could do about it. They building it. I hate this. I hate it.
Okay, and I was looking into it. So eminent domain is the legal power of the government to seize private property for public use without the owner's consent. It is governed by two strict constitutional rules. That's taking must be violent public purpose, and the government must pay the property owner a just compensation or fair market value.
Fair market value, asterisk. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that definition? They can take it without your consent. That's called robbery without a mask. That's wild.
Yes, that's wicked.
God damn.
So, man, other than that, we're going to take all these mother suckers here to the pit.
Especially this ninja here. Bounce him off the walls.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me?
Ooh, child, things get brighter.
Man, it every time I hear those stories, it hurts. It hurts because it's like, what you gonna do? Oh, I keep saying the colonizers understand two things, class. Two things. What that is, huh? Money in whatever form that comes in, and lead. Real hot, moving real fast.
Man. And shout out to Richard Medium. He says, Mr. Walker, under the U.S. Constitution, a president serving second term cannot legally remain in office after the term ends, even during war.
And martial law, I think, Richard, sounds good, OG, good to see you. I say they're going to test that theory real heavy.
There you go. Because like you said, maybe, like I said, the martial law thing, that'd be kind of unprecedented. But as far as war, even Bush, like I said, I think Bush turned it over to Obama during wartime. So it has happened over years, but not legally. Like I said, can they test it? We're going to find out.
There was one president, Richard Kirk. I'm going to look it up too. Was it Roosevelt? Somebody went into a third term but passed away because he was sick. There was a president that went into a third term. You don't think T-Money try to find loopholes and utilize that? Nevertheless, appreciate you, OG.
Listen here, I told y'all before, T-Money, 80-something years old. He got to make it through this term. Man.
I don't think he's leaving the White House.
Y'all were saying that about Biden. Y'all see how quickly he deteriorated. There's people behind the scenes that got real question about what's going on with his cognitive. They saying he down real bad, so he probably won't make it too much longer.
Yeah, that's true. The fact that every time he got to keep doing routine cognitive tests. Yeah, they ask him they got 3 pictures: a dragon, a pig, and an ant. They like name them.
So yeah. So whoever the vice president is probably gonna be taking over.
Who the vice president? I don't even know. Vance.
But I'll say this: white folks is crashing out, but black folks is standing on business. So we talking about the land of the free. Hit the like button.
Oh, here we go. So Mr. Nigga right here. Yeah, that's your ass.
So you the one
I want you the one like call people niggas and shit.
You gonna
call me a
today?
nigga. Call me one.
I bet you won't call in front of a black man like
I bet
that.
you won't call
In
me
fact,
no
let
nigga.
Let me help you. You call a black woman in the word, call me that.
No, call me that.
I dare you to do it, and I swear for God, I'll make you taste the ancestors.
Me too.
You a coward. Call that black woman the N-word. You a real coward,
Why
man.
would
But
you
we'll
do
catch you
that?
inside.
Now go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
I guarantee you wouldn't do it in front of me.
Come on.
I know. In fact, I know you won't. Say the N-word in front of me.
Come on, go on in there.
And I give you a taste everything for the ancestors.
Go on in
Say
there.
it. Say
Ooh-wee. Say it. Why the hell is your lips so damn perched? It look like they so shut. Say it. You bold and bright. You done said it to a whole woman. This man looking you in your face and saying, say it. And he's sitting there like a mute.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy I like. Yeah, that's my kind of time. Hold it down, Mr. X. Yeah, well, I like this. He said, say it again. I'm going to make you taste the ancestors. That's wild. But I feel you. I feel that energy. Yes, sir. And I believe this is an attorney, right? I believe he knows that the N-word is not a protected word. That's as much as we got as far as a hate crime or any kind of, righteous protection. It's not protected. You sit here and say you N-word and he wapayow. He can, I ain't saying he will, he can get away with it. This is where I can come into play. I at this age, I really don't care to do no negotiating with folks, talking, debating, and politicking. But this is where I can serve. Yes, like, hey, Mr. Walker, somebody needs slapped. I can serve a purpose. I'm good for the group. I promise you.
I guarantee you wouldn't do it in front of me.
Come on.
I know. In fact, I know you won't. Say the N-word in front of me.
Come on, go on in there.
And I give you a taste everything for the ancestors.
Go on in
Say
there.
it. Say it in front of me. I dare you to say it.
What is your name?
It's Quanell X, but you'll learn it real well today.
Yeah.
Say it. I bet you won't say N-word in my face. See, you talk to black women like that by themselves. You.
He said, what's your name, boy? He said, Quanell X. No, what's your last name? What's your plantation name, boy? I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna put my detailed service on your house tonight, boy. What's your name?
That's what I heard. This is where we gotta stick together. Yeah, what's your name? All I need is your name. I'm gonna send the good old boys come by and pay you a visit. You make sure you all right and you're tucked in real tight at night. That's one thing about the colonizer I kind of like his threats because it sounds like it's so subtle. Hey, we're gonna come pay you a visit. Make sure you're all good. No, that means they're gonna come through and air your ish out. There won't be nobody left, no witnesses. Yeah, that's all right. Do what you gonna do. There's a time for peace and there's a time for war.
Say it. I bet you won't say any word in my face. See, you talk to black women like that by themselves. You intimidate black women by themselves. But a black man, you won't open your goddamn mouth. I dare you to say it.
With that hearing aid.
I dare you to say it.
With that hearing aid in your ear and shit. Get your old ass in there. Run around here with your bald head ass, you old spot liver face looking bitch. But I ain't playing with you.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka! Get him, sister. She said, you old spot liver face looking ass B.I. Get up out of here. She be standing on absolute business. Y'all just got to be careful, all right? Because y'all coming at they throats. We here for it, though. Look, we got to protect them at all costs.
There you go. Yeah, you beat me to it. Amen. Let's take a moment. Come on, man. We always having these conversations. Somebody need to do something. This is something. This is something. Respect and honor. Respect and honor to this brother and this wily sister. She wild, but she good for the group. We ain't talking about dating, mating relationship. She is an awesome sister. I likes it, and I like this brother here. Big old, physically, demanding brother. Little shrimp. Yeah, because if it was some little puny brother, that colonizer probably would have fixed his lips to go ahead and say it. The sister, she tough, but I don't think you're afraid of her. Shout out to him. There you go. Yeah, let's make sure we keep them in our prayers, man, for sure. Protect them.
I dare you to say it.
With that hearing aid in your ear and shit. Get your old ass in there. Run around here with your bald head ass, you old spot liver face looking bitch. But I ain't playing with you.
Sir, would you like to make a comment about what you said or about what happened?
I'm not allowed to make a comment at the present.
So, was you making a statement online or anything like that?
Who are you?
Well, you witnessed what happened?
There's a public statement online that is circulating. What I will say is I thank everyone for their support in coming today. My goal has been and always remains protecting my clients' rights and advocating for those rights. I believe that the court should be a place of decency, respect, and integrity.
Hell!
So this is the lawyer for the woman. So this ain't her, but I guess it was another black woman that he, said it to. So they was in court about the matter. And this is the black attorney representing the black woman. Shout out to them. Yeah, he said, I can't say anything at this time. Who are you?
He keep asking who folks is.
Yeah, who you?
I don't like that. Like, that irritate me. He like, yeah, you want me to say stuff? Who are you? What's your name? Yeah, he just sit here taking down names. Understand something. If he don't remember nothing else from this, he gonna remember how these black folks talk to him. He gonna remember these names. He gonna get his Googles on. Yeah, he about to get his Google AI. He about to make some phone calls, call in some favors. If you don't think ninjas like this, one day, like I said, keep these folks in your prayers. The movies are imitating life and vice versa. You don't think that one morning this brother and this sister could wake up, with a pile of feces on their front porch, even something as light as that, something, you know what I mean? A dead fish, some old Italian mobster type stuff. They do stuff like that. Intimidation tactics. We know where you live, and they'll try to show you ways like, look, you have no proof, but we know where you live and we can get into your house. Those are the type of games they will play.
Those values and are standing in solidarity with those values. Thank you.
Took it upon himself to be a bully, to intimidate a black female in the courtroom. But when a black man got in his face, he cowered up, cowered down, and you could not hear a rat piss on cotton. At the end of the day, this man's a coward, and we're not going to tolerate anyone bullying black females, using the N-word, and think he can intimidate them and frighten them, and those sisters don't have backup. No, we will rise to the occasion and send that bigot a clear, crystal message. Hands off of black females. We're not going to tolerate that.
And then, and one other thing in regards to by us being here in Brazoria County is a majority minority county now. So those times of lynching, those times of racist behavior, especially how so comfortable that he was in that courtroom, is over. We will no longer tolerate it, and we will rise to the occasion, and we will expose it, and we will shut you down.
And that's a real thing, because right now in the country, what we are seeing, white folks, I mean, as far as the mortality rate versus the birth rate, it's not on their side right now. Majority of these people are old and sickly or blowed out and sickly. They ain't hunching and making babies like the Mexicans or even us melanated folks. So it's a real crisis going on. And it's their last hoorah, their last frontier. They like, look, after us, it's over. It ain't gonna be too many white folks like this ever again. This is like the last of a dying breed.
Facts. Thank you, Mr. X. And that's where my optimism and all this stems from. At some point, these folks got to perish, and they kids, and they especially their more liberal grandkids, they ain't about to carry that torch at all. Matter of fact, they out here swirling. Yeah, so they like, look, we got to put some stuff in place. We got to go out with a bang at the very least. And here we are.
Yeah, they just losing their numbers. That's just the bottom line. It's the strength in the numbers. So, that's why they trying to get rid of immigrants and all that. They want to thin the herd and get the numbers back on their side, because Javier and them hunching like ain't no tomorrow. And like you said, even us melanated folks with the numbers, a lot of people don't trust the numbers that's being reported as far as us being 13%, whatever the case. So at best, the people that's going to hold the fort is the ninjas like this Chud the Biatch. We ain't worried about them. The next generation of white folks is 304s.
That's it. Amen. And like you said, the Hispanics, they out here mating. And so it's unfortunate, but the worst of our culture is doing the majority of the mating. The worst of us are out mating and out reproducing the best of us. Nugget Bonquisha popping out 50-11 kids. Folks that's out here working, being responsible, they afraid to have more than one. I get it. So, yeah, it's going to be a wild next 5-10 years.
Man, but until then, we going to definitely put this ninja in the pit.
Ooh, yes, expeditiously with no lips.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, them no lips is hilarious, man. Shout out to my family. I used to always make fun of my mom. My mom got them absence of lips. Shout out to our Irish heritage.
Man. And shout out to Rachel. Says Dr. Walker, master mechanic, President Frederick Douglass Roosevelt served 4 terms and died during his 4th term in 45. And I watched replay. I know your proper titles now.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, master mechanic. Okay, he did 4. I thought 3. See? And they're going to go back and they'll try to use this example. So here, I'm here for forever.
And Rachad Media with the 10 ball says FDR was elected 4 terms and died during 4th term. There was no U.S. Constitution limit at that time because FDR, the 22nd Amendment, limits presidents to 2 election terms.
Shout out to Richard. There we go. Yeah, closed case. Appreciate you, Richard, coming through with the knowledge.
There you go. Yeah, listen. Yeah, if I was a bet man, I wouldn't put a single dollar on T-Money getting a 3rd term. But yeah, I would say the country probably would burn down before that happens.
Miss, that's a scary thought. Yo, I don't see that orange man walking out that White House outside of going on to the great beyond. I don't, but like you said, Mr. X, his health is going down. So we'll see. But healthy, he ain't leaving that White House. He gonna get prosecuted as soon as he do. You remember how they raided his house in Mar-a-Lago. He remember that.
Man, so here we go. Nonetheless, tonight we are talking about MAGA, Black America, and reparations. So we're going to get back over to this Chubb madness. And shout out to the brother O'Shea. I see he got a video here.
Oh boy, the Hodge twins.
And you white people are like actually supporting a man going up to black strangers saying the N-word? The history behind that word, they used to hang black people and white people who defended black people.
The Hodge twins, also known as the conservative twins, are two dudes in their 40s that really be doing a lot of simping for white people. They've been doing it for a long time, and they have these reaction-based channels in which 70% of their content is typically talking about black people. Of course, it always shows black people in a negative way, and that's on purpose, because the Hodge twins fan base is typically, in my honest opinion, what I would believe, is mostly non-white. It differs from other people in black YouTube, such as like myself, or Tariq Nasheed, or Corey Holcomb, or people who have majority black or black American audiences. Now, this is what they've been doing for a long time, and people have been calling them out for being very anti-black in their content. They went viral about a year ago for saying this.
This country would be totally different. So I understand the fear of white people want to live in a country that's majority non-white. I understand that fear wholeheartedly, because I don't want to live in a country that's majority non-white, because it would systematically change our country.
Now, this was crazy because these brothers do identify as black Americans, but they said, listen, we don't even want to live in the country. At least one of them said that if it was a non-white country. And it got so bad that somebody responded to that.
They're so obsessed with trying to appeal to whiteness that they'll just say the goofiest even if it means their own erasure. Are you stupid?
You're a second-class citizen, and
that's what they want.
Now, you know that's crazy coming from Abba, right? With all the trouble he in. He said, listen, you guys are silly because they're trying to replace you. Well, we already know that Abba ain't let nobody replace him. All the kids he having right now.
Hell! O'Shea out of pocket. Listen, I don't know who half of these ninjas is. Obviously, I've seen them around, but I don't know who these two other ninjas. I know he in hot water right now. I don't know who y'all be watching on YouTube and listening to. These are people with all the subscribers. I know that.
Yeah, that much I know. I see that plaque. I once dreamed of having that plaque back here on my wall. That's where it's supposed to be. Right over here in that blank spot. Never came. Who we got? Abba and Preach. And the Hodge twins, yeah, who? I would like to look the folks in the eyes that's indulging and patronizing that content. It's cringe at best to me. Absolute freaking cringe. But hey, I ain't no hater. They got an audience. What the hey?
And shout out to Rachai says the 22nd Amendment to the U.S. Constitution equals no kings.
The no kings rallies. Asterisk.
And Uncle Tall says, good evening, brothers in chat. Listening while cleaning, getting ready for the holiday weekend.
Okay, what holiday coming up?
And Uncle Tall dropped the 30 ball in the cash out. Says, just finished watching the Regal Rumble from Saturday. Salute SBC Nation.
Appreciate you, OG. Shout out to the replay gang.
Yeah, I believe Memorial Day or something happening Monday.
One of the white man's holidays.
And Project Leroy says, Mr. Walker, the mechanic, replaced CVT transmission on Nissan Altimos since 08. Come on, holla at him for those overdue repairs. Leave him a 5-star rating.
Absolutely not. Don't be sitting there bone quish over here with them Altimas. Thank you, but no thank you.
So here we go. We're going to get back into it. We appreciate you, Uncle Tall.
You're a second-class citizen, and that's
what they want.
Nobody to replace him. All the kids he having right now. I'm sorry, bro. I had to get you. Work on them. Let's get back to the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins didn't really want to cover Chud the Builder. And I noticed this about the black conservative guys. Anton Daniels barely covered it. Officer Tatum, he barely covered it. He actually was trying to lie.
So let's get to the first story of the day, and it's Chud the Builder. I never heard of this guy before. Have you?
Yeah, he didn't know who Chud the Builder was. He's on X all the time. When Chud the Builder's going viral on X all the time. That's crazy that he didn't know who he was, but he even made a video about it, down in Chud the Builder. And then the Hodge twins, they really didn't want to cover it, but they had to cover it because Chud the Builder was going out saying racist stuff, and they are black. So they can't just let Chud the Builder, who's going around talking trash to black people, and not say something about it because they mama black, they daddy black, or they light skinned. I'm not sure, but somebody definitely is black. And then this is what they would say.
And I start saying offensive things to white men's white wives. Like, yeah, hey, you want to be a mud shark? Yeah, you want some? And then the husband gets mad. He said something, and then she said something. I said, you know what, you fat mud shark, I don't want you anyway. Yeah. And let's say they throw a punch at me, and then I back up, pull up my gun, and shoot. Yeah. You think I'm justified in that?
Now, he's saying something important here. He said, Chud the Builder is going around doing X, Y, and Z. Let us flip the script. What if I were to go around, or somebody was going around saying this to white people, and then somebody retaliates, and I pull my gun and try to shoot him? That would be stupid, right? And he is right. Technically, that's right. Yes, he's trying to make his white audience understand that the reverse thing, if it were to happen, it don't make no damn sense.
Man. Hell! And I'll say that's part of the problem. We need to stop explaining stuff to white folks like they 3 years old. Like they don't understand a damn thing. Like, oh, like they don't understand the contrast or how something is wrong. Like, oh, I got to explain this to y'all every time. Like, not just once. I got to explain this to you every time, even if I did it 30 times.
Get over it. That was so long ago. It's just a word. No, once again, it's not. It's a word that's not protected. It's considered a fighting word. The law says that if you go around saying this word, you can be cited for inciting violence. So if you say it and you receive violence, the law is saying, you asked for it. Why else would you use such a demeaning word? And you can't reverse this. There is no word that we can call the colonizer that equates to that, because there's no word that equates to the torture that we endured. You can't reverse this situation. It's literally impossible. Stop.
Then the other brother said this.
And people, his followers supporting him. Y'all really did that man a disservice.
Yeah, would he be saying those words?
Yeah.
He wouldn't be saying any of that stuff if he didn't have that pepper spray or that gun.
Or those followers. Or the comments, hey man, I support what you do. The reason why he's in jail mainly is because of you guys. Y'all should have talked some sense in him.
He said, listen, you guys, it's your fault for gassing up Chud the Builder. Y'all the ones that did it. It's because of y'all support, which is crazy because a lot of the fans was giving a lot of money to Chud the Builder, over $224,000 the last time I checked. I don't know what I'm looking at right now in the back. I'm using this video. So, but
So Chud up to nearly $250,000. All right. Yeah. White supremacy is ringing strong still. They just in the shadows. They trying to lift this ninja up like Superman. And he tugging at heartstrings. Like they say, put his son in there and this long paragraph that he wrote, which is filled with lies. And, you know, maybe he used ChatGPT to get y'all. But yeah.
He definitely did. Forget Chud. I'm over this. Shout out to the brother that's recovering in the hospital. He at over $250,000, 259,000. The one brother. There we go. So there we go. Our brother getting more support than Chud. That makes me feel better. We standing behind our people. Go ahead, Chud. Yes, he gonna get support. He part of the colonizers club. That goes without saying. This ain't surprising, but what is kind of surprising and empowering. Shout out to the brother. I think his last name is Fox. I want to say it wrong, but yeah, he getting support too. There we go. We walking it like we talking it. I take it for now.
And there you go. And yeah, and I think like Ebony was saying the other night, Chud had his thing for months now. So yeah, he been had this thing up long before the other dude created his.
Yeah, Chud is a pawn in this race baiting madness. Enjoy the prize you get, Chud boy.
By the time this video come out, it's gonna have probably 230 or whatever behind. But you guys get my drift. Chud raising thousands of dollars right now. And the Hodge twins are blaming Chud's followers. But then I want to talk about something that was pretty interesting. See, in another video they did on the Conservative Twins channel, they didn't like the fact that Chud the Builder was going around saying the N-word to black people. And so they said this.
But the N-word is not necessarily covered under free speech. It's the context on how you use it. What do you mean? Like, I give you an example. Hey, we're going to talk about the term today. You see how I used it? Yeah. That's totally different from saying you mud shark screwing. That's totally different. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not covered under free speech because it's hate speech at that point. Hate speech is not covered under free speech.
You see, they're saying that you can't use the N-word. The N-word is hate speech. It's not free speech. But see, when they said that, their audience did not like that at all. They had a lot to say. Now, let's see what their audience was saying. They made 2 videos on the subject. What was their audience saying, especially when the Hodge twins were saying the N-word is hate speech and not free speech? Well, let's look at this person. Did they actually say hate speech is not free speech? If so, they should move to the UK. This person says, shocked to discover that you two do not understand that there is no such thing as hate speech. Again.
First of all, a lot of I can't stand, just the random avatars. A lot of these be bots and COINTELPRO just trying to, throw fuel on the fire, if you will. But let's just say these are white folks. I do believe they do think like this. Don't ever get that misunderstood. So I guess 2 things is true.
Yes. It suits them to think this way. There ain't no such thing as hate speech. And then so you will say what? Well, what if somebody spoke like this to you? You can't. They're impervious to it. There never has anyone used a word to persecute and torture them. Niggas call them what you want. What? Cracker? They don't care. Yeah, that ain't even derogatory. That still is showing some type of superior over us when we were indentured servants because they had a whip. That's where they get that from. Ain't nothing that's really insulting them. They probably take pride in it. So that's why they say ain't no such thing because they are impervious to any kind of hate speech.
Man. And shout out to Uncle C's says, Yo, X, tell Mr. Walker to stay out my shirt closet. Nice.
Shout out to OGCs.
And these are people who are subscribed to their channel, have been following their channel for a long time. You will go and see this a lot. Not one single stereotyped was harmed. Check that out, right? That was 11 days ago. So that was their first video on it before Chud the Builder actually shot the person. It doesn't take much to provoke low IQ. So even though Chud the Builder is starting these encounters with black people at the time, well, they shouldn't respond to those encounters because if they chip out, it just means that they're low IQ.
Yeah, low IQ. It's all nonsense. It's rage baiting. Yeah. So you low IQ, it says it's easy to trigger low IQ people. The fact, like Mr. Walker said, it has nothing to do with low IQ. It's an ancestral thing. Y'all must understand. Like, we got ancestral DNA flowing through us, and you can't just say anything. All right. Ain't nobody else got this type of stuff that would trigger them. Anybody. If they do, they were compensated, so they don't even care about it no more.
That is facts. And the colonizer science, they acknowledge that we have our ancestors' blood and DNA running through us. DNA trauma being ingrained in your DNA has been acknowledged as a scientific fact. So there you are. There's the reason out there, you evil, wicked, devil-worshiping colonizers that want to have a rebuttal. Whenever you say that, as soon as you say that to a melanated person, our minds start replaying all of the heinous things we have been educated that you did to us within that word. Strange fruit, grape, buck-breaking farms, child labor, all that, gator bait. And now you want to say be cool. I'd rather not be cool.
Is starting these encounters with black people at the time, well, they shouldn't respond to those encounters because if they chip out, it just means that they're low IQ. And the person who's doing it actually is not low IQ because you don't have to respond to it. That's the position the commenters are taking. Then here, you don't have the right to vandalize someone's properties over words. Come on, twins. So in other words, somebody should be able to just curse you out and call you the N-word and troll you all day and nothing should happen to you. This person says something that's interesting. Blacks can say and do whatever they want, but no one else can. Free speech for everyone. Again, confusing free speech for hate speech. Sorry, boys, it's free speech unless it's a threat. Again, you see the same comment there. Hate speech is most definitely covered under freedom of speech. Means words are not illegal. That's interesting because the law does not say that. But let's continue. There's more. Just making sure I'm unsubbed to all your channels. I'm surprised you guys covered this. You guys only cover stuff when blacks act like primates. What? Now, this is interesting. Their own fans are talking about the fact that you only cover black people doing ridiculous stuff.
So there you go. They went against the upset the apple cart, went against the grain. All right. But hey, how can they sit here and not talk about Chubb, which is one of the hottest stories, and not identify as black? Because here's the question. Can you be out here as a black man and see somebody like Chubb and sit there and say, he ain't talking to me? I don't have the issue with it because you see what I'm saying? Y'all, even they couldn't pull that card. It was unanimous. He talking to y'all too. So they like, all right, I guess we got to say something.
Not around me. Ain't never proved to be that way. I done walked it like I talk it all my life. Never skipped a goddamn step. Absolutely not. I couldn't tolerate it. I done came across situations like this, and I always check the perpetrator most thoroughly. I pat myself on the back. Always, no, absolutely not. Don't you ever think about saying that word around me. And if you do, it's going to get extremely uncomfortable. Extremely uncomfortable. You will never forget this interaction, ever.
Fans are talking about the fact that you only cover black people doing ridiculous stuff. And yes, they tried not to cover this, guys. They didn't have a choice. They tried to not cover this, just like Brandon Tatum tried not to cover it, just like Anton Daniels tried not to cover it. But as soon as you see blacks acting a damn fool, they're going to cover it. Peas are hurt by words. Simple. Let me get back to this whole Hodge twins, guys. I'm making it plain here. You see, the Hodge twins don't want to take any level of accountability for all of the videos that they make about black culture. And it's true enough that black people have mistakes and make mistakes. I'm sure of that. We all know that blacks have problems. But the reasons why you got all of those fans in your comment section that's disrespecting you is because your content brought Chud the Builder's audience to you. So you're acting like Chud the Builder's fan base is not your audience, when Chud the Builder's fan base is your audience. That's why they dissing you right now, because wait a minute, you're turning on us like you turned on Donald Trump. Isn't that what one of the commenters said? And see, the thing is, y'all don't want to be accountable because y'all created that white racist audience. See, if I make a video about Chud the Builder and he got what he deserved, you will not see one or two comments that are saying what they're saying in y'all comment section. Y'all anti-blackness is what caused it. And now you're in a position to where you got to say something about it because you see, you're black, right? If you allow Chud the Builder to go ahead and say all that to everybody else, you know that that's going to come for you. And that's why Officer Tatum didn't really want to talk about it.
And there you go. So the mere fact that these guys went up here and spoke about it and said the hard N word with the ER is hate speech, and people start talking about unsubscribing from your channel, that is very telling. Like I said, it's one thing for a troll to be in the comments. You can't control that. But people are saying, I'm unsubbing. I thought y'all was real cool, but y'all still got a little black in you. Yeah, I'll sub again once you get the rest of that. Go get some more skin bleaching cream or something.
Boy. Yeah, I thought y'all were a couple of the good ones. Y'all a little uppity, huh? Getting beside yourself now, ain't you, boy? Y'all see, they got millions of subscribers. I think between all their channels, they got over 5 million subscribers. Sweet Jesus in the morning time, huh? Selling a little bit of your soul for a little bit of financial gain, are we? And now look how they talking to you. Come on, boy. Get back in line now. Y'all are watching too many of these pro-black documentaries out here walking Django Unchained and Hidden Colors. Get back in line, boy.
And he talked about it quickly. And then he went on about his life. He don't want to really cover Chud the Builder. He know that his audience are Chud the Builder fans, many of them. He understands that. And he don't want to call nobody out. Anton Daniels don't really want to call out what's going on with Chud the Builder. But he will call out black on black crime, black dysfunction. And then, people like the Hodge twins saying, we really want to help black people. But they live somewhere in Las Vegas, married to Mexicans. And now it's starting to hit home because you don't want to be disrespected as a black person. But all that's out the door because you're next. You get it? You're next. They're coming for you next. And now that the walls is closing in and they don't want to do what your ass too, you can't handle that. But a lot of y'all are getting y'all Negroes wake up call because Chud the Builder is more loved than the Hodge twins. Chud the Builder is more loved than Officer Tatum. Chud the Builder is more loved than Anton Daniels because he's one of them. He's standing up in some of their eyes as a fundamental right for white people. The Hodge twins ain't never been white. Officer
Man, that's wicked as hell. Yeah, if you sitting here as a brother and say, I cannot talk about this Chud issue or I'm going to lose my subs because they identify with this ninja, you need to go do some soul searching. Like, my God, you ain't worth a damn.
You're going to have to search far and wide because that soul is gone. Absolutely not. Being a crack baby and a reform crash out, I got to believe that, folks more sane than me, have a moral compass that they got to deal with when making these decisions. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what? Here we go. Am I going to pander to a group or am I going to stand on what I truly believe is right? And then you got to make a decision. You going to do it for the munyan or you going to stay true to yourself and be able to continue to look yourself in the mirror? There's a cost. There's a financial cost for not pandering. Oh, everybody need that money. Shout out to the bag chasers. But also, if you chase that bag, it'll cost you your soul, your true identity, your connection with your roots. Hence why a lot of folks with money and shiny things end up offing themselves. There's a cost.
Right for white people. The Hodge twins ain't never been white. Officer Tatum ain't never been white. He got a white wife, but he ain't never been white. He argues that you should date who you marry and love. But a lot of his fans don't believe in that. And see, that's why he's conflicted. Anton Daniels, he got a black wife, but he feels very similar to the rest of these guys. They like the fact that you can talk about black people, but see, now they don't need your ass no more. It's like AI. AI done put a lot of folks out of business, and Charlie Kirk was putting a lot of folks out of business, including the Officer Tatums. Go look at his views. Officer Tatum used to get hella views back in the day until these white influencers, start getting big. The Nick Fuentes, the Jake Shields, these guys out there, the Dan Bilzerians, all these guys before them, they were the ones talking about blacks. They don't need them no more, okay? The Hodge twins, they got all them followers and they barely get a lot of views based on their followers counts, if you would think about it. Because why? Nobody needs you to talk about blacks no more because Chud the Builder is the real deal. He's a dude that can go up there and say the N-word. He's a dude that's crashing out. And see, they want to take America back, but they can't take America back and be friends with your ass. See, they can't be friends with you. They can't be friends with Anton. They can't be friends with Officer Tatum. They can't be friends with the Hodge twins. That's why they want you gone too. And you all know that they want your ass gone, especially the Hodge twins, because they're coming after your existence and it hurts. It hurts to know that if they could do this right now, you'd be worthless to them. Want to know why you worthless to them? You don't give them no money. You don't build no business in their community. All you do is talk about stuff, sell them merchandise, but you don't represent nothing beneficial to the white power structure. So they don't need you. You're just there to grift. How dare you lecture them on the free speech? You mean the black men, these black twins gonna tell me about my country and what freedom of speech is? You can't educate me. Go back to the videos making fun of blacks tearing up a store. That's what you better do, because that's the only thing that we need you here for. Don't educate us. And now y'all getting y'all Negro wake-up call in real time. And you know what? I love it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's great. And again, in a few years, y'all will be obsolete. They won't even need y'all no more. And guess what? You won't even be able to come back to the black community, bro.
I think O'Shea is hitting on something. It's very much true. Like a lot of these grifters, I guess the Tatum brother and these guys, Anton, y'all were useful idiots to get T-Money back in the White Office, and all of that. So they like, all right, we need some blacks on our side, especially these guys with these huge platforms. Y'all were very good for the group. Like I say, useful idiots. And once we get what we need, we could simply dump them to the wayside. We ain't about to keep putting money in y'all pocket and making y'all rich. We would rather boost up a Chud or whoever else, the Nick Shirleys and all of them. So they found they great white hypes. They like, we ain't about to keep boosting up ninjas.
Pathetic on these ninjas that dare turn their back on their roots and their true culture. Wicked, but I get it. A shout out to the brother O'Shea. I saw them numbers. Who is this Tatum? I see y'all dropping his name in the chat. I have no idea who it was. I had to look it up. That ninja getting millions of views per video. I see the allure, but it ain't worth it. And then I come from poverty. Money ain't everything. It's not. I promise you there's no peace moving like this. They're going to get exactly what they deserve. Yeah, you go ahead and turn your back on who you truly are. May everything you build come crashing down.
That part. And it's a special place for you.
Oh, yes.
Where we at here?
Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice, no tea, no lemonade, no Coke, no Sprite, no Gatorade. Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice, no tea, no lemonade, no Coke, no Sprite, no Gatorade. Hell is hot.
It's what they deserve. Ain't no way, man. It ain't worth it. We done seen too many examples of our folks turning on who they truly are for money. They end up tormented souls at absolute best. There are zero exceptions. Zero.
Man. So here we go. We ain't done talking about Chud the Biatch. All right. And the brother O'Shea. As y'all know, he gonna keep cooking them up. Now, I don't know. They saying this is Chud's sister. I don't know if that's a joke, but it's the female Chud.
Here we go.
And when they make an example out of Chud, which I sure hope to hell they don't, because the evidence hopefully will speak for itself, and this will continue to go to court, and in the future, he will be set free. Kind of like, the Rittenhouse case.
We all know about Chud the Builder. Well, he has a person with big sister energy. That's another white lady who is on the internet doing very similar things to black people. Her name is Pepper's Play Zone 2. Now, I don't know if the first TikTok she made got kicked off or shut down, but at first I thought she was a white woman giving her opinion.
The amount of special treatment that black women get in the workplace blows my mind. They can be in a box of rocks. They're given special leeway. They don't abide by the dress code. They're late all the time. And there's always an excuse. And if you're a manager and you hold them to this excuse, you're the racist because their kid or something happened in their family. And we have to stretch the rules for them.
Okay, so I'm going to be honest. I've heard this from black people themselves, black male managers, black women managers talk about the same exact thing that she's talking about, even right there on TikTok. Women that don't want to work for black managers, they don't want to work with black women. So at first I thought, okay, maybe this is a white woman that is just frustrated, wants to have a clear.
Listen, they talking about the worst of us, and they try to put that jacket on all of us. There lies the problem, because there's white folks just like this. Like, I don't know why they act like white people just love to wake up in the morning and go to work, and they are wonderful customer service, and they do an awesome job at everything they do. Hell no. They call off. They show up drunk. They show up high. I used to work in the shop around these white folks. All right. Actively. Mechanics. We in here certified mechanics working for General Motors. Ninjas is on the clock drinking hard alcohol, drinking beer, popping Percocets. White guys. None of the black guys. It was always white guys doing it. Never got reprimanded. And it was part of the culture. They did what the hell they want. And they was in there messing ish up too.
Had to be some degree of nepotism. I experienced the same thing working for Caterpillar, building continuous miners. Our manager, it was an ongoing joke. It was an after lunch spectacle. You knew the manager, some greasy looking colonizer guy, after lunch, he was going to walk down the line. We worked at receiving with huge multi-ton plates of steel, plasma cutters. I was a weld prep. You knew it. He was going to walk down the line stumbling, about to fall into the daggone plasma cutter water. After every lunch, like Mr. X said, it was accepted. Late, drunk, high. Folks are, oh, we seen them smoking crack in the parking lot. So what you gonna do? That skin tone, that palm color flesh, boy.
All that. So they show up to work late, they call off. I mean, that's across all races. Granted, the thing is, what jobs are you talking about? Y'all are talking about fast food, maybe Amazon and some of this, the lower end tier. You ain't talking about, a lot of productive people, if you will. So that's all people. I bet you if you go to them jobs, it is not only black people. It is all the people there ain't taking it serious because these are dead end jobs.
You don't want to work around Bonquisha? Get a better skill set. Be more productive. Them yo folks fit in, Becky.
They don't abide by the dress.
About what's going on in her world. But then again, it was just too blatant.
I live in a community that is so white. Somebody had my mail delivered to their house and they forgot to bring it to me for a couple of days and they felt bad. So they brought me over a fruit and nut basket. I love my white community.
So your neighborhood and your community is so white. All right, great. Basically, you're glad that blacks are not there or other minorities aren't there. Now, why do you need to come to TikTok and say that? I don't know. But it was this mocking of black culture that I thought was very interesting.
Hey, boy, get in there. Get your in here. What you give me for Mother's Day? Shit, what'd you give me? Oh, look at what you get for an envelope? Why ain't it worth the envelope? Shit, I hope your daddy gave you some money so you can get me something good. You know the hard work I put in for you all year long. Mama, I'm hungry. Mama, it's cold. Mama, I gotta go somewhere. Mama, I don't feel good. Crying ass woman all the time.
Okay.
Jesus. You see this, Bonquisha? You see this? Shame. All right, this shouldn't even be a thing. Granted, it ain't gonna never be 100% of people, but we need less of y'all acting like this so Becky ain't got a leg to stand on. And Becky gonna get dragged. She keep playing with it, just like Chubb. You gonna run into somebody and then you gonna find out.
Get her, Bonquisha. Come on. Just how we say the young brothers, I ain't calling them YNs no more. The young misguided men need to go ahead and turn that demon-type violence, where it's needed. Yeah, same thing, Bonquisha. Come get her. Look how she's mocking you. Look how she's making fun of your struggle. She don't know your struggle. We know your struggle. We come from it. We have emerged. She just poking fun. Come get her, big bad Bonquisha.
Man, and shout out to Black Unity. He says the fact that Chud likes talking makes him a builder. Taking wood. Oh,
Chud the chode, Chud the cook.
Oh, man.
This is wild. I'm hungry. Mama, it's cold. Mama, I gotta go somewhere. Mama, I don't feel good. Crying ass woman all the time.
Okay, so this white woman is clearly mocking black women. Okay, then there's this clip here talking about like if you mix snow with dirt, it leaves a dark circle around your kitty. We all know what that means, right? So that means if you sleep with a black man, you'll leave dirt around your kitty. That's what he's trying to imply. Which again, I get it that you don't like black people. Like I'm not even trying to change your mind, but every piece of content that you have is talking about blacks, which it really shouldn't be an issue if you don't want to be around them. Like that's the whole.
Hell!
Here's the question. Is it true? All right, we got any of our YT women in the chat. You're going to say mixing snow with dirt leaves a dark circle around your kuda kata.
Yeah!
Oh, this is wicked.
Well, they would know. Master's wife stays sneaking out into the slave quarters to get some of that girthy mandingo meat. Shut up, Becky. You just mad because you can't get none, huh? Becky got that black snake moan, but she can't satiate her thirst. Shut up. Keep taking that old little pink winky.
Point. So now the lady, in my honest opinion, is coming off completely as a racist. How do we know this?
So I just found out about Chud the Builder. And, I don't know a ton about him. I see clips on this app, and I've done a little research. But I do know, in my opinion, that man had some he was going out and doing the exact same thing that Black creators have been doing to white people for quite some time.
He had some big kahunas. Let her tell, right? So she was doing the research. She never says what Chud the Builder was doing was wrong. She's saying what Chud the Builder is doing is equal to whatever Black creators were doing. Now, let's continue with this.
Getting in white people's faces. Shutting doors. Okay, that's the new trend. Opening a door for a white person and then shutting it in their face. Black creators walking up to white people going, "Are you racist?" And then questioning them, treating them like, touching their hair, going into their businesses and making a scene. You know the Black lady that goes into all the businesses and makes a big old scene, and she's like barefooted and she tries to go behind the counter and she does outrageous things. To me, that was our Chud the Builder.
Now, I have seen some of those close the door skits, and yeah, those are stupid.
I don't give a damn about no skit. We talking real life. We talking 500 years of free labor. Cut the damn check and we'll leave y'all alone. You sit here talking about, oh, they touched my hair. They asked me if I'm racist. That's equivalent to calling them a ninja. What are you talking about? I don't care about y'all struggles. Man, listen. Where my guy at right now? Where you at, Unc? I don't know where my drop stowed off tonight. Here we go.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
James Baldwin. Listen here. Shout out to the one brother. I think James Baldwin. Yeah, I think it's him. He stated that to be Black in America is to more or less be in a constant state of rage. And that's what it is. You cannot go up to these colonizer folks, talking about, are you racist? Because now you are going to take their mind to a dark place. I'm white folks' public pretender right now. No, you can't do that to them. Do you not know how much joy you get walking around on U.S. soil as a colonizer's relative? Come on. You worry free. Huh? Peaches and cream ain't life but apple pie. Don't sit there putting this guilt on them. No, that's not nice. Let them have their heaven here on earth while you endure your hell in silence, ninja.
Man, I mean, this is wicked. I would say right now in 2026, if you are any YT people, your gripe is not with Black folks or immigrants or anybody else. If y'all down bad, if you a YT person and you on food stamps or Section 8, or you got to work fast food or, check to check, whatever the case, you need to take that up with your ancestors. Somewhere along the line, your ancestors dropped the ball and they weren't worth a damn. Y'all had this whole land, all of it. Y'all was, even after slavery, y'all was taking it, chopping it up. People was getting free acres. Give me this, give me that. Everything. So if you here now and you ain't got nothing, you need to go to a cemetery somewhere and talk to your ancestors.
There you go. Shout out to the sister Ebony Dean. Go on, your clan ancestors is rolling, doing cartwheels in their graves.
Tries to go behind the counter and she does outrageous things. To me, that was our Chud the Builder.
Now, I have seen some of those close the door skits, and yeah, those are stupid. And if anybody is doing what she's saying, which I don't think that she's probably lying about this because people are doing anything over viral right now, but two things can be wrong at the same time. If the Black creators are doing it, number one, y'all need to stop, because racial tensions right now are probably going to be at the highest they've ever been, and you're probably going to get your ass shot doing stupid stuff like this right now, right? Even if you shouldn't, you might get hurt. Right now, the way that's going right now, stop it. Leave these people alone. Don't go in there pranking them or nothing, because they'll use it for a reason, some of them, to shoot you. Chud the Builder was wrong. She's trying to exonerate him. That's why having conversations with people like her don't make sense. Well, since you Black creators did that, Chud the Builder is justified. This is what a lot of white racists are seeing right now. That's how you raise so much money.
He was one person that would actually go out and do the exact same thing that they were doing to us, but they couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand it that somebody dared play the game that they've been playing on us for a long time. That one guy that goes around to old people and asks them, hey, did you used to own slaves? I mean, what they've been doing to us out in public for quite some time is no different than what Chud the Builder was doing to them, and they couldn't stand that.
Here's the thing. How will we be able to say anything to y'all if y'all held yourselves accountable? If y'all spoke the truth about y'all atrocities, if y'all paid the reparations, how will we be sitting here saying anything? It would all be acknowledged. The check would be cut. You know what I mean? Bygones at that point to some degree. But no, you can't sit here and not acknowledge the atrocities, not cut the check, and then say why y'all griping about it.
What you gonna do about it, boy? That's where we are. Y'all see our reparation shirts with the Monopoly man holding his tools in both hands so that the colonizer may understand. What you gonna do about it? That's the only response I hear at this point. Oh, why y'all doing this? You can't do that. Colonizer said, what the freak you gonna, especially T-Money, what you gonna do about it? We gotta do something about it.
Different than what Chud the Builder was doing to them, and they couldn't stand that.
This is a very low educated person. Like I said, these are the people when the real white supremacists want to let somebody suffer. People like her, Chud the Builder, they go first. Okay, white supremacists who are subtle, they don't want somebody like her even having a platform to say something like this, because there is nobody that's a logical adult. Okay, if you're a part of a brand, if you're part of a business, a university, you cannot have somebody like her using this reasoning and it makes sense. This is how somebody that's 13 or 14 years old comes to a conclusion. If black people are bothering white people, the right thing to do is to call the police, okay? Because white people do not need to be targeted or harassed simply because they're white or old or ask stupid questions about are they racist. You get those people, you lock them up, you get them arrested, they need to be warned, and then they don't do it again, okay? The problem with Chud the Builder is Chud the Builder was arrested and warned many times, okay? Now, we don't know these black creators you're talking about. We don't know if they were warned, if they were arrested, but we saw it. And those people didn't make national news. She's trying to compare, apples to apples. And again, to a certain degree, it makes sense. But a certain degree, it does not. She's trying to justify his behavior that, so you blacks couldn't take it. Nobody is trying to take anything. Nobody should be harassed. But the problem with white racism and people like her, who I think...
It's like a Jedi mind trick, reverse psychology. Oh, y'all can't take it? You a chicken? You a wimp? That ain't nothing. Sticks and stones. So they trying to, no. There's a line in the sand, and we told y'all don't cross it.
Plain and simple. Don't feed into their madness. That's why shout out to Mr. X. He had talked about, opening up the floodgates whenever the comedian, the brother Drewski, did that skit. And it has happened. Not saying it ain't right, it ain't fair, it ain't just, it's wicked and evil in ways. But you see how they did, this is how they are rationalizing what they're doing. You guys did it to us, we're doing it to you. It is impossible for us to do what you did to us. And using words, skits, questions, you sound insane. This is, I'm here for it. This only kind of get back, passive aggression. That's as best we got. Huh? These youngsters walking up on y'all. You racist old person. Stay safe, but I'm here for that kind of carrying on. That's all we got. Passive aggression at best for what y'all did to us. But they want to keep that part. What did we do to y'all? What did we do? They want us to keep saying it. That's why I stopped watching slave movies. They want us to keep reliving that ish. I shall not.
The way she's talking, she can't have a real career. So she doesn't have a real high paying job. There's no company that can hire her. So this is a lowly educated person. Okay. So having a debate or talking about this with her makes absolutely no sense. Because again, the rhetoric is just insane.
There's no way they were going to let a white boy walk around freely out in public and get in their faces and call them the exact same bull they were calling us. And And they're like, it was bound and determined to happen. You white people just kept encouraging him. You mean kind of like you black people encourage each other to slam doors in old white people's faces? Kind of like how you were encouraging people to shoulder chuck white people on the sidewalk? Kind of like the millions of people that kind of like the...
Let's just stop there. Let's say that's true. That still ain't even a dent. And you don't get it. Let's say every black person in the country slammed doors in white folks' faces all day, every day, and shoulder checked them all day, every day. Still nothing. It still ain't even a blip on the radar. All right, you don't even. That's what I'm saying. This is laughable. Clearly, you don't understand history.
Everything, everybody they got. Oh, you shoulder checking us, slamming doors, asking questions. Strange fruit. Strange fruit. It's not just a song. Strange freaking fruit. Tree ornaments, picnics. Now, what? Give me something. Give me something you compare to that. At one point, a wonderful day was for a congregation of colonizers to leave church, go find an unsuspecting black man or black woman, preferably a black man, because they had to castrate him. That was a part of it too. String him up till he was deleted, disfigure him, skin him. How does any of this stuff going on today it remotely equate to medieval torture tactics? I shall wait.
Millions of views that those videos got of the black ladies just walking through white people and shoulder chucking them left and right. Oh no, though. That's okay if y'all do it, though. But a white boy out there doing that? Oh, no. We can't have that. Now, can we?
Again, I don't know how much evidence it is for her to say that people were encouraging them to do that. I mean, probably there's some evidence people were encouraging people to do stupid stuff. But again, it's just not right. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are many black people who thought that that was stupid. Just like there are many white people who think that Chud the Builder is doing is stupid. These are the kind of people who have nothing to lose, who are disenfranchised in the economy. Because I can tell you, this lady here, whoever she is not successful, not making these kind of TikTok videos. People like this are going to cause race wars in America. Okay? It's always somebody like this.
We're the only ones that can go around bullying whiteys because they deserve it, you know. All I know is Chud has a GoFundMe. I'll gladly donate. But I sure hope he's okay. Because he ain't done a damn thing that y'all ain't been doing to us for quite some time. Like I said, you just can't stand that, can you? You better not mess around with the black people. That's an example they're making of you guys. They want to make an example of Chud the Builder. They want to say, don't you dare rise up. You let these people take you guys out right and left. Pregnant women, little children, elderly, in broad daylight. Cameras, police around, and we're going to smack them on the hand, and we're going to let them back on the streets. But you, white man, you, white woman, they can be attacking you, coming into your home, harming you and your family, but don't you dare defend yourself because they had it bad. They're a minority. They're a black person. Don't you rise up.
Man. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
I mean, she just going on and on, but there's an audience for it right now. So, like I said, they ain't watching the Hodge twins and them no more. They got their own creators they boosting up. So her and the one woman, the Lily, blackface chick, all them, they boosting them people up. They say, look, Myra and all them guys, they say, well, y'all useless. Y'all can keep doing it. All right, it does not hurt our cause, but we ain't about to pander to y'all.
She just pretty much recited the basis of that wicked movie, Birth of a Nation. She said, you black folks are coming into our houses and hurting our women and kids. That was pretty much the plot of that wicked movie, Birth of a Nation. They had I don't know, folks in white or black face or black folks in white black face running around like baboons and primitive creatures. That was the movie. America is so racist. They played that movie in the White House. Who was it? President Woodrow Wilson watched it. It was at one point deemed to be like the greatest movie ever. Birth of a Nation, demonizing black men, to be very specific. Wicked work.
Sit back and just let blacks do anything to you. This is how sick this person is. Doesn't make sense.
They don't know no better. They had a hard life. They didn't have no daddy. You know, there was slavery years ago. It causes them to steal from Walgreens. Don't you guys know that? Don't you know that? Don't you dare stand up. The time for witty phrases and getting up here and playing some funky music and being, I stand against this, is over.
It's a lot of white.
Hell! Yeah. At this point in history, it's on the good white folks to delineate from these people. Y'all got to show and prove. All right. Or else it's safe to assume all y'all operate like this. Unless you delineate and let us know and show it. Don't just say it. We need actions. So you got to prove yourself.
Atone. You know, you prove yourself to me. I want some straight up biblical Catholic atonement. Walk through the streets wearing itchy burlap sacks, flogging yourself with a cat of nine tails, ripping flesh from your backside. Then I shall believe you. Other than that, weak sauce.
I'll say you ain't got to go that far. For you two, just come up here and, hold these people accountable at the very least. I'll say that.
I guess.
In the meantime, we're going to put this woman in the pit.
Yes, quickly.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
That's crazy. They said that's Chud's sister, huh?
Well, I don't know. It's blood, sister. I guess they just trolling.
It's rage baiting, grifting. That a couple of these colonizer sisters that have been called out for trying to act super racist, and their supporters not buying it. They're grifting and rage baiting. I believe that sister doing it just to get views. That's probably how she feels. I wouldn't put that past her. But they like, you know what? This gets clicks and views and maybe some twos and fews. I might as well grift.
So here we go. If you're just coming in, make sure you hit the like button. We're going to transition over here. Charleston White.
Oh, boy.
Charleston White, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, man. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
How you feel about our people being indigenous to America, man?
We ain't indigenous to I can't prove it.
I can prove it.
Prove it.
I can prove it.
Who you indigenous to? Because I come from a slave.
Huh?
I come from a slave named Lucille Helton.
What was with people before they were slaves, though?
You tell me.
Okay, when I do the research in the mounds, the mounds are land like the pyramids of Giza, right?
No. Don't go to the land. Go to the bloodline.
No, the land is where we come from.
The blood. I didn't come from the land. I came from a bloodline. What land did I come from? My grandmama in Marshall, Texas, and she was a slave purchased in Texas. I come from her bloodline.
Okay, so did they come from Africa, though?
No, we didn't come from Africa.
They come from America.
We didn't come from that. We were made in America, like a Cadillac.
Okay, I see what you're going with this now, but
we was made in America. One of my grandmother's sons probably fucked up. Like two dogs breed, you breed the mother and the father. All of us wasn't imported, and all of us wasn't born here.
No, all of us weren't born here.
Some of us was made on a breeding farm.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me I come from land when I was made on a breeding farm. I come from a.
Okay, who the people that bred though?
The white Sloans, where I get my last name from.
I'm saying, your grandmama's side.
My grandmother's name is Lucille Helton. You can't tell me my bloodline, brother. I know my bloodline. I know my bloodline.
Yeah, I don't know why you trying to have any type of intelligent conversation with Charleston. So, like you said, he was, hit on one or two things, but mostly his emotions.
Yeah, Charleston, you got to come ready with the facts with him. You see, he traced his lineage on you. Nope, he dropping names. Yeah, so there you go. And I don't agree with it. I don't know what the brother's point was, but shout out to Charleston for tracing his roots. I believe, knowing where you come from is powerful. But yeah, I refuse. I'll state it that way. I refuse to believe we all come from slavery. I hate what Charles is saying. Some come from breeding farms, but you go deeper and deeper. Our lineage, our journey did not start with indentured servitude. I think that's what the brother was trying to say.
Shout out to Rachel. Says Dr. Walker Mechanic. They showed the movie and the White House. Did you watch Netflix documentary 13th Amendment? Decade documentary yet? Or Descendants documentary yet?
I did not, sister. I did not.
So yeah, I've been telling y'all to watch that. I think Leon was the first one, but I watched that movie years ago. It's been on Netflix for probably 15 years.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna do some holiday watching. I'm gonna do it.
There you go. So yeah, show y'all the transition. How they transition you from the plantation to the prison, free labor.
Yeah, that's a big story now. They flat out saying it. Y'all ought to seen that clip. That one brother from that the one trial, forget the name, Waco Flacco or something like that. But they said he young and healthy. They said our prison population is aging. We need more young free labor. Oh my goodness, they straight up saying it to our face.
So yeah, stay out the hooscow.
There you go.
Brother, I know my bloodline. I know my bloodline. My grandmother, which is my grandfather's, my mother's father, lived to be over 100 and something. I knew her. Her name is Lucille Helton. She was property of the White Sloan plantation. She was the first child born. My grandfather, Freddie White, he got the slave master's name. I literally got the slave master's name, and we got the slave master's land. So on TikTok, can't come tell me about something he done researched and he don't even know his granddaddy's mama. You don't know your daddy's mama's mama, but you can tell me about where I'm from. If you don't get the f out of my face, you're not talking to no dumb. You're talking to a that know the past and know the future. All of us weren't imported. All of us didn't come from a runaway Indian. Some of us come from a breeding farm. Hence, there's a book called How to Make a Slave. Hence, there's a book called How to Make a Slave. Was created and made in America. I come from a slave.
And like you say, two things is true. Perhaps you did. A lot of folks come from a lot of things. We are talking about hundreds of years. We ain't talking about like a 50 year or 20 or 5. Like initially, it's one thing. There were people here, a couple people come from there, and hundreds of years later, they start developing these systems of breeding and whatnot. But,
this is that side of
come from somewhere, because the people that bred you, they didn't just come up out of thin air. They came from somebody that came from, you see what I'm saying? So you've been, at some point, you will have to say you came from a slave.
Charleston White, being the internet troll that he is acknowledged that he is, he likes this kind of self-loathing acknowledgement. We lowly, we come from slaves. I come from buck breaking farms. Like, that's true. He liked that. He likes that self-loathing madness. I've never heard this brother say anything as far as being proud to be black. He's quite the contrary. Quite the contrary. So, but I ain't known this. I don't find it to be I don't find it to be empowering to the youth. I'm not about to sit here and keep telling our youth, you come from slavery. No, you don't. You know what I mean? Like, come on, can we think about that way? This is a raw thought right now. Like, I'm not about to tell my children you come from slavery. No, the heck you don't. No, you shall not. You don't have a slave mentality, none of the above. Some of our ancestors did. Glory and most respect to them for their sacrifice and their journey, 100%. But we are ancestors' greatest wish. Like, no, they would not want us to keep, oh, we come from slavery. No, some of our ancestors did, but we are here now. I do not agree with Charleston White's message.
I'm from a slave. Look like one of them long fat heads anyway. I don't look like African. I don't have no facial structures, no features of nothing of an African skull. I'm way more handsome than African. Look like no African? What's wrong with you? You don't know where you come from. You have to research it. All I had to do was attend family reunions. It's paperwork, it's lineage, and everything to my family tree. I hate for it to try to put me and we and us and y'all all together. No, brother. No, brother. I ain't from no Africa. I'm born and made here in America, just like a Cadillac and a Ford truck. What's wrong with you, fool? I ain't never desired to be no African. Now, on my father's side, his mother was a Cherokee Indian. His mother was a Cherokee Indian. Hence the high cheekbones that I have right here. Can't tell me because you done read a book and
oh boy.
Hell!
He up here talking about cheekbones. Shout out to Tyranny. Tyranny needs to come up here. That's why I got this. I'm Cherokee and this and that. Granted, Charleston. I ain't about to sit here and brain wrestle with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you, man. These conversations start to get exhausting. I like progression. like okay, you quarter Indian, you quarter black. What the freak ever? Whatever. Shout out to Ebony Dean. Reparations. Ain't that what it's all about? Ain't that what this conversation is all about? Huh? Let's get reparations and compensated for the debt that we are owed. Hand me that, and I don't listen here. I just give me my bread, and we got a conversation afterwards.
I have right here. Can't tell me because you done read a book and then Google down and wrong me. Man, shut the fuck up. I done researched it. Please, you ain't wrote no paper. You ain't got no dissertation. You ain't got no PhD college degree for me to think your research is credible. Fuck is wrong with these blacks that can read and write, thinking they smart and don't know shit outside of where they done been and can't tell me nothing about their daddies, pappy. Fuck you. And everything you believe in and stand for. I ain't you. I come from a slave named Lucille Hilton, property of the White Sloan Plantation. That's why I wear my name with pride. You got a slave master's name, and I'm proud to wear it. That is right.
That's madness.
Well, I ain't never been there. I don't put a dare go back. I think they know every damn thing.
Is this camera on me? Yes, it's on. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I baptize you in the name of Jesus. Lord. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord.
Listen, we all know by now, Charleston White is not to be taken serious. He's an agent of chaos. He was just up here a week ago celebrating Chud before he got arrested. Talking about, I like him, yeah. So he gonna do whatever to keep his name in the algorithm. This is how he pay his bills.
I told Jesus it would be all right if he changed my name. Woo! That's deep. That's off the Hustle and Flow. I told Jesus it would be all right if he changed my name. That's deep. How dare you say you are proud of the colonizer's name attached to everything that you do? This song going gripe with me in my spirit. I don't know where the hell this Walker name come from. I don't. And it bothers me subconsciously. I don't want no evil person's name attached to the work I'm going to do this lifetime. And you're going to say you proud of it? That's one thing I'm not proud of. I don't know what that is. Not proud of it. Despise it. Gonna do something about it someday, most likely. See what I'm saying? That's a wild statement. I'm proud of the name my captor, my enslaver attached to me. That is pure wicked.
Don't know. I don't know what I ain't finna try to act like I do.
Is we gonna get reparation? That's what I want to know.
Who is we? I got reparations. You know how many white lives from 6th grade to now? You ain't get it. I got reparations. I didn't grow up in the ghetto. I didn't grow up in the ghetto. We still got the plantation. My family still got the White Sloan plantation. Just because your family poor and your mama didn't breastfeed you, I got reparations in my mama's breast milk. Your mama should have breastfed you. You would have been smart and intelligent and fared well in life. Talking about we getting reparations. I got it. I was breastfed. I knew how to count. I knew how to say ABC, element OP before I even got to school. Now I got stumbled up at element OP and go back to A, B, C, D, E, and then I would get it right. But I got reparations because I was taught in the home and got a free education. Reparations is your free education. Nigga, you fumble. The reparations is the white man's free education. Why? Because your mammy and your daddy didn't teach you how to read before you got to the school. You couldn't count. You couldn't do nothing. You showed up as a dumb, malnourished black baby. Stupid nappy hair, probably gingivitis and all.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Guy, he is. We do not approve this message. He does not speak for any part of the FBA nation. In fact, Charleston White is actually white. You know, according to him, he can have that. So his thoughts ain't our thoughts. All right, talking about the school was your reparation. No, not at all, especially the miseducation. It's safe to say, you know, you can't take anything from the school system outside of mathematics and maybe a little bit of science. Outside of that, it is all, the rest of it is useless pretty much.
I second that message. Education is key, not the miseducation that was shoved down our throats. I agree. Yeah, Charleston White, he's a wild character. You all here making fun of impoverished babies being fed lead-riddled Similac and being sent to school to be miseducated. I don't see how that's funny. I don't at all. I'm pretty sure I was one of them babies. So I'm triggered, Charleston. That ain't nice. You don't poke fun of the babies. He just poked fun at babies. Your babies was malnourished with gingivitis. What the freak? My mama breastfed me. I'm smart, Charles. Why you open yourself up some insults, brother? I'm gonna leave it alone. No, I'm gonna leave it alone.
All kind of shit, boy. Didn't have the right nutrients. You wasn't breastfed. Your mama didn't sold the food stamp, so people had gave you free breakfast. Your mama didn't cook, so you got your reparations, black boy. And he taught you free science, taught you about science and social studies. What would you know if the white man's school system didn't teach you? There go your reparations, black boy. What's wrong with you? Don't nobody owe you nothing to give you free education. Before you couldn't read or write, they got their kick for reading and write. Here come along, they letting you read and write now, boy. What more do you want from the white man? What more do you want the white man to give you, boy? He didn't give you Christopher Columbus. Taught you about Dr. Martin Luther King. What more you want, boy? White man got the rest of the world to fight and worry about. You can't worry about it dumb, but don't know nothing about nothing. You ain't even seen slavery. You ain't watched a slave movie, boy. Talking about we reparation. What you need, boy, is a regentrification of your neighborhoods. Regentrify your neighborhood, boy. Fuck some reparation. Gentrification. Gentrification is what you need. I'm sorry. What you need, boy. I mean, call you. But that's what you need. You need gentrification. You don't need reparation. That's all I got to say.
Man. You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
Like we know, if there ever was a paid agent, you know, we talk about the PSYOPs and COINTELPRO, it's all Charleston White. He is a paid agent for a fact. He'll tell you, you know, so we are not to take him serious at all. In fact, I mean, granted, it's the internet, and they say he up in that penthouse that the brother, the one white guy, Aiden Ross, is paying for him to be up in that penthouse in Miami. I don't know what that is about. Even that Chud the Builder trying to get Aiden Ross to bail him out. That's the latest news, you know, so I guess he begging him to come bail him out.
There's traitors amongst us. It is what it is. You know, Charleston White tries to be this, you know, pessimistic, triggering truth teller. That's his thing. You know, he'll come with some data, some facts at times, and he used that as a basis to pretty much be a shock jock against his own people, to be very specific. Man, I don't know. Sometimes it's a hate for his culture. Maybe he was bullied, you know. I'm pretty sure he was with the one-eye deal. And it is what it is. He is a villain. He's a joker, an anarchist. Shout out to the rage baiting market.
And shout out to Lavelle. He says, here's a little something for the House of Cheeks.
House of Cheeks, that might be a new one. Appreciate you.
And Nice says, that was pretty good singing, Mr. Walker, for real.
Yeah, you likes that. Appreciate you, Sister Nice.
And Evie says, the governor of Glaze brings greetings from the lair.
You in the lair. That's where you belong.
What's wrong with you? I don't know what's wrong with you. We need money for that. We don't need nothing. The people who got money gentrifying already. They're already coming in gentrifying your neighborhoods anyway. So what you need to do is just let us keep gentrifying it and moving you out the way. Your money is showing you what you need. You don't need no money. All you'll give it to is the dope man, the drug man, the lawyer, the bail bondsman, the commissary man. You don't need no money. What y'all gonna do with the money, Mo? What the Mo gonna do with the money? Give it back to the man. You don't need no money. Why? Ain't no money. You don't know what to do with no money but spend it. So what you...
What's up, school?
It's not too much, just take it easy.
What you mean? I hear you talking about these don't need no money. We don't need no money.
If you ain't got none, you don't need none.
That's damn.
How you say you need some money, but you ain't got no money?
So if you need some money, you don't got. If you
got
need
money,
some money, no money.
If you ain't got no money, you don't need no money. Because if you need some money, you have some money. If you need some money, get them some money every day.
Yeah, true.
So if you ain't got no money, you don't need no money. You've been making it this long without no money. You done made it half the day with no money, and you holler you need some money, but you ain't done nothing to try to get no money. That don't make sense.
Make our people get some money then?
No. What you gonna do when you get the money? You're still unhealed from your mama trauma. You're still unhealed from your daddy trauma. So what you gonna do? Give it right back to the man. Fuck is you talking about?
Like our sister Ebony Dean said, we'll figure that out when we cross that damn bridge. You ain't about to tell us how to spend our money. So he come from the same school of thought like Futon. You know, him and Futon is birds of a feather. They call themselves friends and they share these kind of thought processes where it's all about them, narcissism. I got my King's Gold. Y'all broke. Figure it out, ninjas. Why can't y'all figure it out? I did. You ninjas broke. You better pull yourself up by them good old bootstraps, ninja. And they keep going down this rabbit hole. And it's like, stop. You don't need to speak for anybody.
Thank you. I despise that. No. Especially folks like Futon, who most likely received inheritance. No. Gavin X and I don't even come up here with our background. Won't come up here and say, oh, these young women and young misguided men need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. No, we acknowledge that a lot of things the youth is going through, a lot of things that all of us went through were not our faults. Even our hyena moms, they went through things that were not their fault. But our generation, a lot of us, I'm proud to say, we are the curse breakers. We say, you know what? It ain't our fault either. But you know what? We gonna make it our responsibility. I don't wish to serve that up to nobody. That's a very hard pill to swallow. But Charleston White, not giving a dang and being part of the boule, he's saying what's on his heart.
And the thing is, they need to the rhetoric is, it's insulting because y'all trying to let white folks off the hook, which we ain't doing. And none of us need to do. I don't care if you got a portion of the King Gold and granted, he a paid agent. So I really can't even try to reason with somebody like this. Here's what it is. You can't come to Wakanda.
And definitely not. You might be able to, yes. You outside the wall too, at absolute best.
Trouble, so what you gonna do? Give it right back to the man, the dope man, the bail bonds man, the lawyer man, the judge man.
I just want to buy some land. That's it, too.
But why you ain't got you no money to buy none then?
How you know I ain't got me no money?
So why you on here talking money talk if you got something? Because I ain't on here talking about what I want and what I need to buy nothing.
I was just going on what you were saying.
But I'm saying, but you said you just want you some money to buy some land. Why you over here expressing to us why you want some money to buy you some land and ain't getting up going to go get you some money to get you some land? See, that don't make sense to me. That's just sitting around talking, man. Boy, when I win the lottery. Boy, when I hit the jackpot. Boy, I'm just saying, boy, if I could just, man, nah, ain't one of them kind of old told me you ain't gonna pick up nothing you ain't put down. GAME. Get at money every day. So if you should have some money. sitting around waiting on them tax check, on reparation for to give you something. The strongest man in the land, the old says, who wake up and ain't got to ask nobody for a thing. Online, it's on the TikTok, on the kids app. It's on the kids app when you can barely cuss and fuck talking about, I didn't need me some money to give me some. You on a TikTok app talking about getting some money to a money get. I can't take none of you. You know, I can't take none of you online on TikTok talking about getting some money. Man, this ain't nowhere to be serious at. Not TikTok, man. I'm swear to God today. This ain't nowhere to be serious, man. I swear to God today.
And here we go. Like you said, I don't totally disagree with his latest sentiments. If you get up, get out and get something. Y'all know we don't agree with the victim mentality. You always got to be striving for greatness. We don't believe in the handout mentality. Reparations is not a handout. It is a debt that is owed. It is not a handout at all. So we ain't got no mercy for the bum begging on the corner or bum quisha that don't want to get up and do nothing. There are limits to it. So a lot of people ain't meeting the threshold, granted, but some people are out here working hard and whatever the case, being discriminated against. It's a mountain we all climbing. So he need to acknowledge we all can't come up here and do what you do for a living, Charleston.
Amen. Be grateful, Ninja. Be absolutely grateful. Golly, this Ninja will not stop. Yeah, just cut the check and let us figure it out. I say, shoot, if some of our folks want to take the Dave Chappelle skit route and go buy a box truck full of Newports and Escalade, so be it. So be it. Who cares? It's our money. Shout out to JG Wentworth. It's our money and we want it now. Plain and simple. I don't want to keep hearing this madness, man. Shout out to Charleston White, though. Yeah, up here rage baiting. Well, we must acknowledge it as that, folks. Rage baiting. Woo-saw. Don't let ninjas like this trigger you, because guess what? They will fade out of existence. They only here because they're getting clicks and views.
That part. So we're going to put him in the pit and keep it moving.
Expeditiously.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me?
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
What do you say? Game. Get at money every day. That's wicked. Do not revolve your life around money. I often tell my oldest son, it's about gaining resources, being resourceful, being productive. I don't even use the word money. Yes, we have to earn currency. Yes, but the word, it has become evil. Bag chasing. I'm all about a bag. I'm all about a dollar. If you ask me, that's how we have gotten to this shameless culture, because folks are walking it like they talking. I'm all about a dollar. I'll do anything for a bag. And is
that part. And you know who else doing anything? We're going to bring the good Dr. Umar out.
Is the school open?
We don't want to be identified as a nation. Black people want to be accepted by white people. We're not interested in any type of self-determination at all. Why do you think there's no black agenda?
Right.
Black people don't want no black agenda. And this is why when we come to the reparations issue, I take issue with Negroes who don't want to be black, don't want to be from Africa, but they want reparations as a result of slavery.
Jeez. Right. I guess it's the order of the day. They talking about it, Ebony Dean. At least it's in their mouth. At least it's in the room. But he talking about you don't get, Umar said you don't get reparations if you don't claim that you're from Africa. Only way, Umar said the only way to get the check, you must claim your African roots 100%. You ain't from this land at all, ninjas. So that's Umar's thoughts. Here we go.
Right. Most of whom belong to a religion that doesn't even allow them to honor their ancestors, but you want reparations for your ancestors' pain. I have no problem with somebody indicting the United States government for crimes against African people in this country and around the world for that matter. Right. I don't see any. I am not evading my responsibility when I say the miseducation of African children was started by the white power structure. I'm not evading my accountability when I say mass incarceration of black males is an agenda of the white power structure. I'm not evading my responsibility when I say that the underemployment of black men in this country, that has 50% of the black men in almost every major city unemployed, that was engineered deliberately by the white power structure to turn black men into a population of criminals. I can say all of that and turn right around and tell you that none of those problems are going to be solved by white people. All of those problems have to be solved by black people.
Absolutely.
So the point that I'm making,
So the hell what? Two things can be true. We do need to clean up our own house, but us receiving reparations is not contingent upon us cleaning our house. You ain't gonna say, oh, 100% of ninjas need to get in order and do this and do that before we all even think about. No, the debt is owed. You cannot put contingencies on top of it.
I think Umar think he a bully. He like 6'2". I think he tough. Cause my goodness, relax, dude. Shout out to your respect to your scholarly achievements, Dr. Umar. All right, but golly, dude, what you talking about? If you don't claim to be from Africa, you can't get reparations. What are you talking about? Why would you even say that? Shout out to Sister Ebony Dean that, gave us the intel about tracing our lineage. We got my wife to do it. It's hard enough tracing back to the 1800s. How you see what I mean? How are we supposed to trace all the way back to a place in Africa? You see what I mean? Like, come on with you, man. How can we claim something that most likely ain't true? Like, we are here. We are Americans. Like FBAs to be specific. Like, that makes sense. But yeah, this Umar's paid and bought for by the Coalition of Pan-Africanism Incorporated. That's his deal.
you can lay the blame at the feet of the white power structure because that's where it belongs. They are the orchestrators of those problems. But in the same vein, I will tell you that solving those problems is 100% the responsibility of black men and women. So I don't think those two, some people feel that if you blame the government for causing the problem, you're trying to make the government responsible for the solution. I'm not of that mind.
Got you.
I know the white man is not going to solve any of my problems. So I will 100% blame him for the problems, and I will hold black men 100% responsible for not solving them. Honorable Marcus Garvey said, a people, any race, dependent upon another people for their survival, sooner or later dies. You have to economically empower your own people. We don't talk enough about this. We're the only race, the only community in this country that does not offer economic opportunities to its own people. Chinese offer opportunities to Chinese people. East Indians offer opportunities to East Indians. Native Americans, Latinos, Jews, Anglo-Saxons, everybody, Arabs, everybody can offer economic opportunities to their own people. We don't. And the reason we don't is most of us work for the white power structure. So we're not in a position to offer economic opportunities to black people because we ourselves are so busy looking for an economic.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you. Just stop with the rhetoric, Umar. We ain't going back to Africa. So stop trying to spew the lies and discourage people. All right, you like, no, it ain't happening. This ain't the only way. We got to get on the boat and go back to Africa. That's the only way. And now ain't happening. Where the boat? You can't even open a school and you talking about getting on boats and ships. Man.
He kind of corrected himself. He was going on about how as black folks, we don't give each other, we don't pretty much don't employ one another. We don't give each other economic advantages or opportunities. Ain't too many of us in position to do so. As he said, we too busy trying to, he said, working under the white man's power structure. How correct him. A lot of us are trying to get the bill man off our back. So you know what I mean? Via lack of opportunity. So that's why he triggers me. Like, you stated the problem, then you stated the reason for the problem. Come on, man. If you want to be African so bad, that's what's up. But I ain't gonna hold you, man. I can't stand these melanated men and sisters that just want to completely detach. That's what I see. They just want to detach.
And here we go. I'm gonna pull this up because they just don't understand. So clearly we got to illustrate things. The beginnings. All right, pay attention.
As soon as he's old enough, the boy goes behind the plow when he should be in school. Walter Jr., 15 years old, misses more than a month of school each year. His grades are poor, his job future bleak.
So let's just start here. You know, we was doing something recently, and a woman, it may have been that Jazz character, she said something like, even back during when we were married the most and women were housewives, the kids were still not able to read and stuff. Y'all don't understand the depths and how stupid that was, what she said. You know, back in these times in the early 1900s, Black women were not housewives like you think, like a Stepford wife. All right, it wasn't a life of leisure. Like you said, the kids were working. They were not even going to school a lot of times. People were having a lot of kids because they figured the more kids I get, the more work we can do, which was backwards. But, you know, it created more kids and lineage. It created more numbers, but the thought process was backwards. It just, you got more mouths to feed, more backs to clothe, more shoes and this and that. And that's why a lot of kids didn't have shoes and stuff, because people put the cart before the horse. They figure, right? Because you got to grow this kid to working age. People, you know, but nonetheless, people will have all the kids because they save more of us to pick cotton, more of us to do this.
That did Massa good. Yeah, Matt, the overseer like that. Yeah, more bodies in the field. And here's the thing, I don't know if this is gonna show it, but man, you know, in my goofy modern man mind, when I would think of these cotton fields, I would think of something the size of like a large yard. No, God, no. These fields were so vast. You get lost. You can end up getting, you know, hurt by a wild animal, and if folks don't hear you scream, they'll find you late. I'm talking about huge. And these big old fields in the middle of the heat with the varmints and rodents and pests, they would have children as young as 6 out there. And as Miss X said, barefooted out there tending to those thorn-riddled freaking cotton plants. Babies. This is the stuff we had to go through. This is why we are so heavy on the FBA. This is a unique path, a unique journey through life, and it's to be respected. They respect everybody else.
White school officials do not enforce Negro attendance, and many Negroes think they don't really care.
I'm going to tell you, reading the white folks don't tell us to go to school and see to us going to school. If you learn yourself some sense, you're going to be just a little notch ahead of them. They always stays 2 years ahead of us. When we get where they at, they 2 more years ahead of us. Nothing for that. You go ahead and try to get it, and the only way these children can get it is by us sticking out us neck. Helping these kids. When these kids get to the 12th grade, us say they got enough. If you have to lick that for your children, don't go.
Jesus. How many of these kids going to school bare feet? This is in the 60s. This was not that long ago. All right, this struggle that we climbing, we all fight. You must understand the positions. A lot of us are first generation trying to get out the damn mud. All right, we halfway come from this. So it's devastating, and like I said, education is very important. I don't want anybody to ever think we ain't big on education. We ain't big on being miseducated by some of these public school systems. And another thing is we should be educating our kids at home. Our kids should not be going to school just learning 1 + 1 or how to talk or how to do any of this stuff. They need to go to school already prepared. They can't walk in here and you expected some white woman or man to start teaching your kid the fundamentals that you should already taught them.
Amen. I take pride and I thank God I have the opportunity to take part in the education of my children. You know, there was years early in my marriage where I was always working. I had no time. You're right, Miss X. We must educate our kids. Shout out to our ancestor, Frederick Douglass. Knowledge and education makes a man unfit to be a slave. Definitely got to get your education, 100%. But man, them babies going to school with no shoes on, that's in your DNA. It's to be acknowledged, but they don't want to acknowledge it. Why? They don't even think we human. They don't even, we're subhuman. We're beasts. We don't feel. It's just terrible. I'm getting triggered. I'm gonna shut up.
If you have to lick dirt for your children, don't go steal them now. If you have to lick dirt for your children, wash your clothes at night if they want them education, get it. Anybody can be nobody, but everybody can be somebody.
Even when these children do go to school, their education is still second rate.
It's all torn up inside, and it ain't got the things that the children should have inside of the school. You know, this needs repairing and fixing. It's not a good school. It needs good places to have to go. They ain't got it.
Hell! This is school. This is school. People must understand, man. So this is, they claim this to be 1966. If that's the case, this is a year post the Civil Rights Bill, right? We're supposed to be getting treated civil now. We one of y'all.
This is what that 400-year Head Start looks like. That's a raggedy schoolhouse shack. This is in the South. It's rodents and varmint in there. Shout out to the word varmint. Like, seriously, gotta deal with that. The babies, man, this is why I shall not complain. Look at what our folks and these babies had to go through. I shall not complain about a daggone thing. I will work and do it with a heart of gratitude. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I look back on my tumultuous childhood, and I can say it don't equate. It does not equate. You know, modern day woes do not compare to this. That's why I honor the ancestors, man. Honor them. They deserve it. There's a blessing in honor it. You don't forget. You shan't not repeat, and you will be blessed for it.
And then the teacher's too scared to let people go inside and look at it because it's awful. It's not a good school.
The Negro teachers owe their jobs to white superintendents, so they rarely fight for the needs of the children. The parents of some of the children at this school took us there to show us the conditions. However, the teachers got scared and called the sheriff.
Do you want these people taking all these pictures?
Well, it's fine with me if it's not going to hurt us.
You don't know what it's going to do to you. You don't know what they're going to say or what they're going to write. You don't know anything what they're going to do.
No, I say if it's not
going to do you any good, I tell you now.
Yes, sir.
No, it's not.
Oh, my God. If y'all don't know the context of this, all right, y'all see the black folks at this black school. Couple white folks showed up and they seen these cameras and people documenting stuff. And then they called the sheriff, which is him. And he show up like, why y'all got these people back here with cameras and stuff? They said, well, they looking at the school, he said, nah, they ain't about to help y'all. This gonna do more harm. You showing them what's going on. Is y'all cool?
He said, this ain't gonna fare well for y'all. Just so you know. You're showing too much. Y'all supposed to be back here tucked away from prying eyes that can see a problem with the system we got set up mighty fine. Boy, this ain't gonna fare well. I'm telling you. That isn't see what I'm saying? That sounded nonchalant. All he said was this ain't gonna fare well for you. Let me translate that for you. All right. In the middle of the night, you gonna wake up. All right, to a lot of hooting and hollering and the burning cross. And it's going to be hell to pay. Might go ahead and have a picnic and go ahead and make some new tree ornaments. That's what he said when he said, this ain't going to fare well for you.
It's not going to do you any good, I tell you now.
Yes,
no, it's not.
Will it do us in the home?
Will it do us in the home?
Might, I don't know. How's it going to do harm?
No, might not do good.
Hell! Who the hell is this, Trump? It's the same spirit of these. He gonna say, it ain't gonna do y'all no good exposing the truth over the lies. And well, my man said, well, will it do any harm? Let's say, all right, it won't do any good, you say, but will it do any harm? He said, it might.
He telling you it's gonna do harm. You ain't listening hard enough. This ain't gonna do you no good. I.e., this is gonna do you some harm when me and the good old boys pull up in our pickup trucks acting like devils. Man, this is why I get so mad, man, because shout out to somebody said in the chat. They said, they said today we are fighting back because in the past we didn't. Yes, we did. We fought back. We definitely did. We fought back. We fought hard, but a lot of them were losing fights. How many men you got in this area? Let's say at most 5 or so. They showing up 30 deep. You see what I mean? They ain't showing up 1-on-1, 5-on-5. That's too even. They run a risk of losing. They gonna show up 30 deep. Y'all seen Django?
Man. And now he says that's that white man that was at the courthouse.
Yeah, that's his great-great-grandpappy. Well, shoot, that's his daddy. I said, see what I'm saying? I'm acting like it was that long ago. That's his daddy.
Yeah.
How's it going to do any harm, Sheriff?
I don't know about
How's it going to do these people any harm?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, why do you say it might do harm?
I've never seen it do any good.
What do you think of the school? Let me ask you.
I think it could be improved.
You think so?
Yeah.
What could you do for it?
I can't do nothing because...
What do you think ought to be done for it?
I just think they ought to fix them up with school if they're not satisfied with it. But they seem to be satisfied.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
He said, I think they should fix it if they ain't satisfied, but they seem to be satisfied. They seem to love the school. So, but if they didn't, maybe they should fix it if they didn't love it so much.
Okay, let's ride this crazy train. So, they don't like the school? Why don't they fix it the way we fix our schools? What does that entail? Going to get a loan? Denied. See that? Ain't even, we off that crazy train immediately. Because you ain't doing this with cash. Schools, government facilities, how they don't get fixed with cash money. Those are grants, loans. You got to go to a bank. White man got to approve you for these things.
Well, here's the thing. It appears that these schools are still state run. So like they said, this school is still up under a white superintendent. That's why they won't get any funding, because the dude won't give them no funding. So it's part of the school system. Like this is integrate, like it's a black school, but they still getting some funding. And when he's saying he talking about, the state or whoever, they should fix it up. But he say these people are saying ain't nothing wrong with it. So why would they come fix it if they ain't complaining? But he said, as you can see, anytime they try to complain, the sheriff show up.
And if they do find a way into the proper office and be able to make a righteous complaint or request, say, hey, we need a budget for building maintenance, they simply gonna say it ain't in the budget. Come back next year. And then next year. And then next year. What you gonna do about it?
Satisfied with it. But they seem to be satisfied.
If he thinks slavery was immoral.
No, I don't. Because when a slave came from Africa, he couldn't speak the language. He was totally untrained to do any job at all that would fit in with the civilization. Someone had to take care of him. Someone had to take care of him 24 hours a day.
Hell!
This is a lie from the pits of hell. From the pits of hell. First of all, we didn't come here on no boat. Second of all, we were already doing our thing, growing crops. We knew exactly what we were doing on this land. We knew what we were doing on the plantation. We the ones creating the damn cotton gin. We were coming up with the inventions. What are you talking about? They didn't know nothing. They couldn't read or write. We had to teach them everything. No, we taught y'all how to clean, how to not let the farm animals live in the house. What are you talking about?
Any and all ignorance that our indentured servant ancestors had was a result of slavery. The ones that did come over on the ship, like Mr. Says, they were skilled. They were you broke them. It was Those folks there, those are the children of slaves. The children of slaves, that was it. That was their cream of the crop. You were born, you didn't come on no ship. You don't remember homeland. You know, you were not born here a free man. You were born in captivity. The premium slave. That is who this wicked white man is referring to. Oh, they didn't know nothing. You made it that way. You didn't have too many any skills. He's talking about the children of slaves. Like, you see what I'm saying? They are.
Here's the thing. What we know if we didn't speak the same language as you? You don't know what the hell we knew. We were very intelligent. Just because we didn't speak English or we couldn't write the language, or you know what I mean, we didn't identify the numbers and stuff y'all was using because we was using a different system. You see what I'm saying? Just because y'all couldn't have a conversation or we couldn't articulate anything, that does not mean they didn't know anything. Y'all just, there was a miscommunication, clearly.
Y'all wicked. Time will always tell the truth. Look at us today. You ain't making no sense. We still got some pretty decent sense with our miseducation and all the obstacles in front of us. What are you talking about? Again, he's talking about us at our lowest point, a point they forced us in blood. Just stop.
Because when a slave came from Africa, he couldn't speak the language. He was totally untrained to do any job at all that would fit in with the civilization. Someone had to take care of him. Someone had to take care of him 24 hours a day. And it's pretty hard to do that unless you own.
Hell! Quit saying take care of. Somebody had to keep him in captivity, right? Control. What are you talking about? Somebody had to take care of him. Y'all ain't have to do a damn thing. Y'all could have got on y'all ships and went back to Europe or wherever and left us to our land. We didn't need y'all to do a damn thing. So this is the miseducation and the lies, but we here with the truth over lies.
See that? They didn't speak our language. They didn't know jobs that fit into our civilization, i.e. slave labor. They didn't know nothing about that. We had to teach them that. They didn't get it. This mother sucker here, boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is a special one here because he believes this. He proud. You know what I mean? This is the type of ninja sitting up there in the big house with his son looking out at our ancestors working the fields like, yeah, son, this is the American way. This is how you do it. He proud. Proud as heck. Hopefully he burning in Hades.
Someone had to take care of him 24 hours a day. And it's pretty hard to do that unless you owned a person. So I think slavery just had to be in those early days.
Mr. Hasty, what was life like in those early days?
As far as the colored people were concerned, I feel that they were a good bit happier than they are now. They had less in the way of material things. But I can remember back in the 20s when I was a small boy, they were always singing at their work.
Jesus.
They had a great sense of humor.
And it's just all a lie. People, it's known for absolute fact, slaves didn't have very much of a sense of humor at all. Wasn't too much funny. So y'all need to stop that. They had a good time. They were happy. Great sense of humor. They loved it. You know, they danced and sang. Good old time, you know. Wasn't nothing wrong.
They was happier. But they was happy even though they had less material things. Again, they just whitewash it. Less material things. Well, that sounds like, oh, you know, they didn't have radios. They didn't have the fanciest DVD players. You know, they didn't have a Benz. Material things. No, they didn't have necessities. Colonizer, shoes for their bare feet, clothes for their bare overworked back. And they had not things, necessities, ninja. Say it right.
Man, we got some super chats.
Shout out to OG Project Leroy. Says, look who came over here on the boat. Them, not us.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate you, Uncle Caesar. Says, this evil specimen of manure thinks we took a cruise over here on vacation. I'm Trigger. Yeah, he talked real light. Just a little boat ride, a little long boat ride.
Yeah, we're going to put this ninja in the pit real quick and keep it moving.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me?
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
He said they was singing and dancing and picking cotton. Everybody was happy.
Man, and this is where we was at before we went over. Umar up here justifying why we don't need reparations. We just showed y'all a small glimpse on why we absolutely do.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, there you go. You back?
Yeah.
No
All right, we
problem.
can hear you. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm gonna have to change my number. I like the community having my number so people can reach me when they need me. But you get these buffoons and these who will just call your phone all day long playing on it because they don't have no life.
Right.
So we run into that. But to my point, we have to start giving jobs to Black children, and we have to start helping Black adults start their own businesses. It's hard to be proud to be Black when being Black doesn't come with benefits. See, being Chinese comes with benefits. Being Jewish comes with benefits. Being an Arab comes with economic benefits. You can access opportunities from your own community.
And you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy though, Dr. Umar? You know those communities also get support from America itself. Which if we went to go get a business loan or something like that, it don't pan out for us like it do them. Shoot, foreigners get better opportunities.
They do. That is very much true. But let me speak to another issue that we're missing on this. You're totally correct. That's one side. Let's go to the other side. Every group of non-white people in this country contributes to the uplift and empowerment of their global homeland. Their ancestral homeland receives their regular support. Our ancestral homeland does not receive our regular support.
Yeah, we're disconnected.
A lot of these non-white ethnic communities, they don't all get loans from the United States.
You a lie. Stop.
And the truth
ain't in you. He does. He keep doing this. He keep tying everything back to Africa. The reason we can't do nothing is because we need to go back to our homeland, which is Africa. And if we first do that, then we would be able to get loans from African countries who can't even build their own infrastructure, who still colonize and can't even mine their own diamonds, but somehow they're going to be helping us.
Thank you. And we discussed this. I don't know who brought it up. I think it was you, Mr. X, Sister Emily Dean. They only want the best of us. Yeah, get that understood. All those campaigns, come back to Uganda, come back to Mother Africa. I seen them. They only want the best of us. They do not wish to have the worst of us heavily affected by the trauma and torture we endured over here as FBAs. No, bring me your skilled, bring me your talented, bring me your rich. That's all they want. They don't want all of us. They ain't no, this is our homeland. Stop that. Oh my goodness. How is this not our homeland? This is it. This is it. I don't know why you keep making this debate outside of being bought and paid for by the Pan-African Corporation.
Many of them are able to access a line of credit from their native homeland. So East Indians come here with a line of credit from East Indian banks. You understand? Chinese come to America with a line of credit from Chinese banks. They give to China, China gives to them. They give to East India gives to them. We don't give to Africa in a systemic way, and therefore Africa doesn't give to us. The most honorable Marcus Garvey said, a strong man.
Oh, let's stop.
Hell!
Before you start that, Africa is a continent. He keeps speaking about it like it's a damn country. That is a continent full of many nations. So I would think it would be much easier for them to extend an olive branch of good gesture and do something for us, since they are in a much better position, being that they got a whole continent that's bigger than damn near everywhere. So all we are 43 million people inside of a country. I think they will be able to do much more for us, but that ain't the case. They want us to start doing something for them first, and then they gonna think about doing something for us. That don't even make sense.
We need paid our debt. Give us our bread. Give us our resources, our land, our 400 acres, and an Escalade, and then we can talk about where we put our resources. But first, we got to get them. Plain and simple, and we are owed it. Again, I don't care how uneducated, how downtrodden, how nugget bone quisha-esque some of us may be. Hand it over. It's old, done and done.
Yeah. So shout out to Ebony. Like you said, we done more for them. All the concerts and, all the AID, aid and stuff, all the things. Only person who've ever extended the olive branch was, rest in peace to
Gaddafi.
Yeah, Gaddafi tried to come, and obviously I know what happened with that. And we don't know how true that was, but verbally, he's the only one to ever pander, at least.
There you go. Do it again. Do it again and again. Send some bread. Then we could talk. We could really talk.
The most honorable Marcus Garvey said, a strong man is strong everywhere. And if we as Black people are going to be strong everywhere, we have to contribute to the uplift of Africa. It doesn't mean you have to relocate to Africa, but it does mean you have to contribute to the empowerment of Africa, because your empowerment is a direct reflection of the power Africa has.
Let me ask you a question, though. I mean, a lot of us don't even know what part of Africa we from. So how would we?
You don't have to know. You don't have to know what part
get a
of
line
Africa.
of credit, because a lot of those people know exactly where they came from.
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. And I'll tell you why it's irrelevant. Because it doesn't matter what part of Africa you came from. The issue is that you are African. Those of us who are the descendants of Africans who were stolen abroad.
It's a lie.
You a lie. And the truth ain't in you.
Why? Once again, he keeps, like you said, this the motherland, if respectfully granted. But stop acting like Africa is this peaceful place. Like even the different tribes and stuff historically didn't get along for whatever reason. A lot of it was manipulation and whatnot, but this stuff been going on a long time. So stop acting like it's just a peaceful thing.
If I felt like I was African in my spirit, I would say so. I'm not saying I don't feel I'm not African. Shout out to the wonky Charleston White. So I ain't got features like no African. I don't. I'm not African. I've never been perceived to be African. Like when folks are descendants from Africa, even if you got parents that came from Africa, then they had an American child, and then that American child had another African American child, and you can tell they're African. It's in there. There are distinct features. So like, come on, man. Come on.
Like you said, they speak different languages, different dialect, different, maybe a different religion or whatever the case, in different regions. And we going back before it was fully colonized, after we talked about a few weeks ago, after 1866, I believe, at the Berlin Conference, and they chopped it up and all right, this is Nigeria, this is this is that. But before that, it was all tribes and, ancient Egypt and, different the Zulu tribes and different stuff like that. And they all did not necessarily get along. That's why there was different territories for a reason. So if you're going to say that, you need to pinpoint exactly where people from. Don't just say it don't matter. You from the continent. That's weak sauce. Yeah, you from Africa. Like what?
We can say, wasn't that my question? Which part of Africa are we from? It don't matter. You African. That don't compute. It just does not. And again, like I trace my lineage back to the 1800s. Ain't nobody looking remotely African. At some point, somebody's image need to pop up looking like Matumbe or something. It ain't happening.
Of Africa you came from. The issue is that you are African. Those of us who are the descendants of Africans who were stolen abroad. are a conglomeration of various ethnic kingdoms from Africa. You understand? So we are a pan-African people. That is the kingdom we belong to. We have Zulu in us. We have Yoruba in us. We have Igbo in us. We have Wolof in us. We have Kemet in us. We have Congo in us. We have Namibia. We have it all because they stole our ancestors from every different place. So you're not going to find one place you come from because your blood is a conglomeration of the blood of various African kingdoms. So for me, I have no interest in doing my ancestry because I know whatever they tell me I come from, I'm so much more than that. Because
listen, I'll say this. I don't have an issue with any of my brothers and sisters abroad across the world, you know, but the thing is, they don't necessarily feel that same way. And Umar knows that. So he's being disingenuous to be like, oh, it's kumbaya, you know. No, them people will tell you, I'm not you and you ain't me. And that's fine. And we can still be brothers and sisters, distant relatives from long ago. But we must understand who we are and what's our struggle. Granted, delineate, like Ebony be saying, understand you ain't Jamaican or you ain't Nigerian. You're not. They won't accept you. You don't even speak the language. You don't look like them. You're an outsider. And that, granted, maybe we can all unite on some front, but it ain't that front.
There you go. It could be a coalition, but there is a difference, and that's all right. The difference does not have to be divisive. There we go.
And what we learned is a coalition has expiration dates. We learned that a few weeks ago. We was doing something. Coalitions ain't something that's permanent. It's something, you know, it's terms.
There we go. We need a little coalition for a while, get this job done and be done with it. But again, you know, being different does not have to be so daggone divisive. And Dr. Umar full of crap. I know what you're going through. He said, I ain't doing my DNA test because I'm much more than that. Then you got that full beard. This beard is not a sign of being African. Quite the contrary. It's my understanding a lot. Too many Africans can't really grow facial hair like this. I'm sorry, brother. This is a sign of the white man. It's that Irish blood. Dr. Umar scared to take that DNA test. You probably like 45% Irish, Umar.
I have no interest in doing my ancestry because I know whatever they tell me I come from, I'm so much more than that. Because every ancestor I have is a conglomeration of DNA of different ancestors from different places and different kingdoms and different ethnicities and different periods of time throughout Africa. So you have 4 grandparents, you have 8 great-grandparents, you have 16 great-great-grandparents, you have 32 great-great-great-grandparents, you have 108 5 times great-grandparents, and every generation you go back. So trying to wiggle that down to one person is impossible, or one kingdom is impossible, because we are more than that. So I don't think it matters where you come from. Adopt whatever kingdom you want to be a part of. If you have an affinity with the Zulu people, they will accept you. If you have an affinity with the Yoruba people, they will accept you. If you have an affinity with the Congolese people, they will accept you. So
Stop lying!
Why you lying, ho?
Stop lying!
I know the time, ho.
Stop lying.
4G's what we slide.
Stop.
Man, listen, like I said, we don't have an issue with our brothers and sisters abroad, but that is simply a lie from the pits of hell. They will only accept you if you are good for the group, i.e., what kind of resources you got. They will ask to see your bank account. Oh, I want to see your bank account. How much money, W-2s, how much money you making, your degrees, what kind of skills you got. They ain't about to just be bringing Nug and Bonquisha, nor should they, because they can't come with us either. But they ain't, because that's who he's speaking to. Anybody, if you identify with it, they gonna accept you. Go over there if you want with no resources. They'll put you back in servitude. Quit playing with it.
Faster than you might try to blink. Yeah, shout where Ashley Foot at. Ashley Foot gonna be over there with a questionnaire. Can you help us better our water infrastructure? Can you bring electricity to our village? Can you do this? Can you do that? And you're going to keep saying no, and the question's going to get a lot less technical and a lot more labor intensive. Can you push a wheelbarrow full of soil for 8 hours a day? You going to do something. This ain't no welcome home. We have We have free, no cost housing. We're gonna give you, teach you this skill. No, ain't none of that. Bring what you got, and we shall accept and tolerate you at best. No, thank you.
So I don't think we need to focus on that. The issue is being African. Understand, even with the 54 nations in Africa, those identities that they have as nation states are a creation of the white power structure of the 1900s. When someone says, I'm Nigerian, there's no Nigeria before independence. There's no Ghana. There's no Togo or Benin before independence. So even with the names of the countries in Africa, they are a recent phenomenon. So we don't need to focus on the superficial aspects of where we come from and where we were. Let's focus on the eternal and spiritual aspect of being one African people.
So what about the brothers and sisters that say that a lot of us are Native Americans and we are?
That's an absolute that. Well, it depends on their definition of Native American. So, for example, if you say, Dr. Umar, my people were already here. We came from Africa well before the slave trade began. We came from Africa well before the East Indians came across the Bering Strait. I don't have a problem with that because we were here first. But we came from Africa. The issue I take is people who try to claim that America is a cradle of humanity. That's an absolute lie.
There's saying that.
Yes. I mean, maybe there are people saying that, but that's not the majority. I've never heard nobody say that. Maybe Umar went down the rabbit hole and heard some ninja on TikTok say that. Don't care. That is not, you're being disingenuous, Umar. You really are. You need to really stop. I think Umar wanted to be FBA, but, for many reasons, he will never do it. So, but that's really where he at. But he look, that was crazy as hell what he just said.
It was. The United States being the cradle of civilization. Who ever know? Shout out to the concept of Pangea. You see what I mean? So let's just stop. Because via the colonizer science, every single last one of us came from Africa. Okay? So, but that doesn't mean we are I don't know. Did that sound crazy? I mean, we are African. We are too far removed. Pre-slavery, come on, we adapted. Shout out to the true Native American. He talks about the $5 Indian. You see what I mean? Talking on both sides of his neck. He'll talk about the $5 Indian, that fair skin, long, stringy, shiny hair individual, and how that's not the true Native American, allegedly. I ain't trying to spread no hate, but it's what it is. Come on, man. See what I'm saying? First, it don't matter exactly where you from. Just know you from Africa. We all from Africa, but we all ain't Africans.
Logical proof to that. There's no scientific proof of that. There's no genetic proof of that. There's no historic proof of that. Wherever you are in the world, you came from Africa. That's not only true for us. That's true for every human group that evolved from us. All humanity began in Africa for every single person. Don't you find it quite ironic that people who look just like the people in Africa would dare claim they don't come from it?
Yeah, I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, that's true. I mean, everything originated from
Africa.
Everything
from Africa.
Right.
In fact, we were the only people on the planet Earth for at least 150,000 years. There was no other race on this earth. So when humanity came to North America, Europe, South America, Asia, because this is not just about North America. Right. We went everywhere first. The original people of every continent are African people.
Yeah, because if you look over in Thailand, you see dark Thailand
of
people.
Course.
You see dark Japanese.
He going to, let's say all of that, Umar Week, let's say that's true. Do we all share the same unique struggles? Because that's what a lot of this is boiling down to. Granted, we all melanated people, but we do not share the same struggles and we don't identify with each other on that level to the point where we don't speak the same languages, eat the same foods, none of it. We just don't on that level. So you need to just stop. Granted, and maybe we shouldn't though, because folks just don't rock with you. You must understand that. I mean, you go to some of these places, Umar, if you ain't got wealth or if you ain't Dr. Umar, somebody they can extract something from, they don't care for you.
I like the term foundational Black Americans. Black Americans that contributed to the financial foundation of America via indentured servitude, via all the things, redlining, white flight, the war on drugs, Ronald Reagan, all that. You come on, man. That's the thing, folks. Like, they don't want to even talk about it, they don't want to acknowledge it. These happenings on U.S. soil created us. It created a specific kind of person. Us, the children of Bonquisha and Nug Nug. Shout out to Farrakhan, the bastards of bastards of bastards. Very, very unique, and it is to be acknowledged. But I get it. A lot of folks don't want to acknowledge pain that they can't fathom. I realize that. That's why a lot of times I keep the details of my story to myself, because you get too dark and folks get uncomfortable. I feel you, Dr. Umar. You're uncomfortable.
You know what I'm saying? You see dark Palestinians. Like,
we are the original
everywhere.
man and woman of the planet Earth. We are the first people to circumnavigate the globe. So the fact that people say we were already here, that's not a problem. It's when they deny their Africanity that it becomes a problem. But that's an easy fix, because all you got to do is roll up your sleeve and take a DNA test, and they'll tell you whether you're African or not. So people who wanted to, this is no longer a philosophical debate, because there are scientific ways that you can verify whether you come from Africa or not.
But so how will we identify ourselves as a nation where, you know, you have the Chinese identified as a nation in this country, you have Jewish people identified as a nation in this country? Why haven't we got ourselves to the point where we are being identified as a nation?
Because we don't want to be identified as a nation. Black people want to be accepted by white people. We're not interested in any type of self-determination at all.
What the hell was that?
Right.
Black people don't want no black agenda. And this is why when we come to the reparations issue, I take issue with Negroes who don't want to be black, don't want to be from Africa, but they want reparations as a result of slavery.
Right.
Most of whom belong to a religion that doesn't even allow them to honor their ancestors, but you want reparations for your ancestors' pain.
Let me ask you a question. So do you feel like it's time for our community?
Man. Hell! Oh, Umar's an agent. He is going against our best interests at this point. I mean, and they can use you as a poster child. Look, even Umar said it. You know, the white power structure, as you call them, they using you against us because you ain't on code, ninja.
He said the reason why we pretty much is what I heard. Reason why we don't deserve reparations is because us black folks, see, when he get mad, he stops calling us African. Now we black folks. You black folks want to be accepted by the colonizer. Wrong. And you black folks want to be accepted by the colonizer. What was that last part he said? It's bull crap. I can't keep up with it, but I can't remember what else he said. First, you want to be accepted, and I'll remember. I forgot, dang it.
Let me ask you a question. So do you feel like it's time for our community to stop blaming the government and the white man for all our problems and start being more accountable for our own actions, as far as, you know, falling into the same traps that we know that's there? We talked about them for decades over and over again, but it seems like we just keep falling into the same traps.
I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive, gentlemen. And what I mean by that is simply this. I have no problem with somebody indicting the United States government for crimes against African people in this country and around the world for that matter. Right. I don't see any. I am not evading my responsibility when I say the miseducation of African children was started by the white power structure. I'm not evading my accountability when I say mass incarceration of black males is an agenda of the white power structure. I'm not evading my responsibility when I say that the underemployment of black men in this country, that it has 50% of the black men in almost every major city unemployed, that was engineered deliberately by the white power structure to turn black men into a population of criminals. I can say all of that and turn right around and tell you that none of those problems are going to be solved by white people. All of those problems have to be solved by black people.
Okay, so here we are. Nonetheless, Umar up here. I don't know what his agenda is at this point. I don't even know who's still rocking with this dude. You gotta have, you know, I mean, man, who the Umar Knights out there They got to be small enough to fill a kindergarten class. It couldn't be that many of them, or I could be wrong. I don't know.
Enough to fill one of them shiny classrooms. He done shined and greased up. That's what it was from earlier. So his reason for rejecting FBAs is his thoughts that ain't our thoughts. We want to impress white men, and we practice a religion that don't even allow us to honor our ancestors. This is what he says. This is why we ain't worth a dang and we so lost. Times are changing. More and more folks are stepping away from that wicked Queen James Bible that was utilized as a weapon against us during chattel slavery. Yeah, more and more folks are doing right and honoring God's creations that came before us, i.e. our ancestors, and we are. Stop that. Say it, Umar. Say it. I dare you to sit here and speak against modern day convenient Christianity. Go ahead, you're scared. That's why he said, y'all practice religion, y'all can't honor your ancestors. Bought and paid for, if you ask me. He used to be cool. Shout out to the documentary Hidden Colors. Thought he was an awesome guy. It's wild how money and donations and gifts can change you.
Man, so we're going to put him in the pit and keep it moving.
Again.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me?
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, it is. I find it to be imperative that we honor, our great grandparents, God's creations that came before us, i.e. our ancestors. There's a curse attached to not doing it, not worship, honor, live in a way that would delight your ancestors if they were here watching you. And mostly every other culture does it, but it was stripped from us. You go to any Catholic church or school, they got whole lawns dedicated to Saint this, Saint Barnabas, Saint that, Saint Luke. But us, we're told that they demonize us, respect and honor our ancestors. So I do agree with them. We got to get back to that, doing that more.
So here we go. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We talking MAGA, reparations, Black America. I'm going to go over to this Cam Newton, David Banner. Hit the like button.
Oh boy. If you go back and look at Martin Luther King, and it's online, the speech that he was going to do at his church, that the week that he died, you would have thought that was Malcolm X. Martin Luther King was sick of getting his ass beat on. He wanted to be about finances. He was talking about some of the things that were going on in the war that nobody dared to speak about. That was the reason why they killed that man. But the version of Martin Luther King that black people love, I don't think Martin Luther King liked him when he died. If they could separate themselves, he wasn't like that dude.
But how? That's heavy.
But it's the truth.
But how?
He told Harry Belafonte, I think I have integrated my people into a burning house. That's basically telling Harry Belafonte everything that I built my life on is a lie. He said that. David Banner didn't say that. And I think if you ask his kids, they would tell you that. It's just harsh to realize that we've been duped, bro. That's the hardest thing when it comes to food, history, bro. If it ain't mathematics or science, in most cases, these people done lied to us. And that's hard to admit that we went down the wrong road, bro.
So,
man. So yeah, we've been hitting on this all night. Shout out to Brother Banner. I know he catch a lot of slack. He can be a little out there sometimes, but he ain't no Dr. Umar. He ain't, he good for the group still. I'll say that.
Big time. Big shout out to David Banner. I used to fly my Banner flag a while back. Might give me another one. Got a point? Listen, this is facts, documented facts. I've spoken on this a couple times. Shout out to the freedom riders that came before us, the MLKs, the Malcolm X, so on and so forth. MLK gets slack. Shout out to Baba T was saying, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And at least MLK acknowledged you know where he went wrong. I fear I have led my folks into a burning building with this desegregation. Yeah, and now that kind of put us in position to always want to be accepted. See what I mean? Yeah, it turned out to be wicked. As soon as he decided he's gonna stand up against that, they took him up out of here. May he rest in peace.
That we went down the wrong road, bro.
So I'm trying to separate because I'm trying to follow. And specifically to Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
The version that is in front of us, the propaganda that we see in schools and in Black History Month and the I Have a Dream and the monuments and how great Martin Luther King was and what he stood for. You're saying that it's a lie?
What I am saying is, well, here go all them endorsements, Regina. Regina said, No, bro, like, integration was the worst thing that ever happened to Black people. Being enslaved is just losing a war. Like, once we integrated, we thwarted the opportunity to teach our own children. We don't have no options on what we teach Black kids in public schools. Think about this, y'all. In a lot of public schools, in a lot of colleges, they tell Black men that they can't wear locks. Your natural hair. Dog, do you see that they say they can do anything to meet that they want to, put anything they want to without telling you the truth about it? Think about right now in America, what Black people have influence over what happens to their children in general. What they feed them, what they see on TV, what they hear on the radio, any of those things. So by integrating, by even saying that you want civil rights, take the word, the operative part of the word is civil, right?
Listen, when we get into these discussions, it's too hard to have right now in our modern times, man. We show y'all these videos all the time like we did tonight from back in the day. Y'all seen the conditions. So it's easy for us to say some of this stuff from air conditioners and leather couches and ish. It's very easy to say what people should have did, what we would have did and all this stuff. The conditions were what they were. Didn't have many options. Kids didn't even have shoes. People were being miseducated. You've seen the conditions of the schools. And you can't compare modern day now to then. That's a huge jump. There's a lot happening between all of that. So I just don't like when people do that.
I agree, Mr. X. It's very easy. Hindsight's 2020, right? It's easy to judge, from the future as we are judging the past.
When we are benefiting from some of this stuff, like we gotta be honest. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and that's my point.
Like, if you think we wasn't integrated, we would not be allowed on white man's internet. There would be a blacks only internet, and the connection would be horrible, and it would be 480p. And you see what I'm saying? Come on.
That I get it. So, like, again, credit to MLK. He was like, you know what? The only way our children will start to get an equal opportunity if we are perceived to be equal and integrated. It was not bad thinking. I believe it was pure intention, not good, but pure intention. And it just so happened that white men always got something else up his sleeve. All right, then you're integrated now. All right, now you get all white superintendents, and repairs are always happening next year, as we just saw. So outside of that, though, the way they were set up, coming from sharecropping and not owning nothing, what school you got besides our school? I get it. We got to acknowledge that too. Now, I agree.
There you go. And I see y'all. Yeah, we definitely invented stuff, but got less to do with. We were intelligent. Got to do with the power structures and what they will or not and will not allow you access to. It's just that simple.
And we are talking about indentured servants. So yes, what they allowed us to do. See, he said it was a loss to be a slave. That's losing a war. Prisoners of war. Agreed. What power and resources does a prisoner of war have? Wait.
Man, you see, they come bomb you and all that good stuff. Like, look, we about to set up our own internet towers and launch a spaceship into outer space. And,
They shooting that down on mistake. by mistake. My bad, cuz. Oh, that was y'all Wi-Fi and y'all AI. My bad. An asteroid hit it. A rocket propelled asteroid with United States on the side of it.
God damn. You're saying that I just want you to treat me civilly, right? And anything that you do in life, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna make 100, right? Even if you're great. So if you fall short of civil, that means they treat a dog better than they treat you. I don't want civil rights. I want you to treat me like the God that I am. And so what I'm saying is that they take pieces of a person. Like they couldn't stop Malcolm X, so what they made him was an X on a hat. The same thing that they did to Jesus in Christmas. They took Christ out of Christmas and put an X. These are the mind games that we don't see. And to be honest with you, as our friendship grows, these are the types of things that keep me up at night, Cam, because I see it. And it's so clear.
So you would have wanted segregation to stay segregated?
Well, I would have wanted black people to build their own shit. I would have wanted black people to praise their own God.
Okay.
I would want black people to teach their own kids. I'm not saying that we can't be together, but would you respect somebody who you...
Once again, I agree with him. I agree. We talk about this. We need to build our own stuff. All this good. We were doing it. So don't be disingenuous right now. We was doing it. And what was happening? And that's not to discourage us. We should keep doing it. Granted. But don't act like we didn't have our own cities and Black Wall Street and et cetera. So this stuff is talked about all the time.
Amen. We did it ourselves. And I know David Banner, he's aware. Yeah, he definitely down for the culture. You know, he's woke, as they say. He's conscious. So he knows these things, you know, but it's a delicate conversation, right? Because that's why I'm always throwing that disclaimer in that context, because you have to. I think it is imperative for us that dare to continue to fight, you know, for reparations, for, you know, the acknowledgement, respect the FBAs, to always acknowledge pretty much all and any obstacles that were going against us at that point. I like the point he made, though, about the X, Malcolm X, X Must. What is that? X is unknown. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, there we go. Shout out to Banner.
Be together, but would you respect somebody who you allowed to stay in your house, whether you forced them to stay there or not? And what, they've been staying there for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 100 years? It's time for us to get our own. If we have our own, then we don't have to beg for anything.
Or the ability to create your own. Because I think that's a lot of suppression too, that's not being mentioned, especially going back to slavery. Mm-hmm. It's not to say that we couldn't have our own. We didn't have the rights to have our own. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is that even within that, man, like, I give you a great example. I told you, bro, if I had any power in the spaces that I wanted, it's coming. But like, bro, I would make you the Black Superman, bro. Like, period, dog. I don't want there to ever be a period where our children don't think that they're gods or that they're superheroes. Like, think about this. This is gonna mess y'all head up. A real superhero is a representation of a god. Wonder Woman is a god. Superman is a god. I love Black Panther. I don't want to be no cat. I want to be a fucking god. And what they're telling us that we can't be gods when when the word hero comes from Heru, a black man. So the word comes from a black man and you can't be a real hero. And then watch this. It's gonna fuck y'all head up. Where does Superman get his power from? Come on, y'all in here. From the sun. White people are allergic to what? The sun. There's no way Superman could be white.
David Banner, I love his passion, but I think he be too pie in the sky sometimes. He be, you know, the quote, i.e. the Banner vision, his company. He got a huge vision and all these dreams, granted. And Banner's also a man, you know, without children, I believe. So I think, you know, this ain't your final form, Banner. You need to reproduce and maybe you start seeing things from, because there's another side of things I don't think he sees life from.
Most respectfully, yes, agreed. Like, see what I mean? what we gonna do with that information? You know how me and Miss X are. That sounds awesome. All right. Superman from the planet of Krypton, need the sun to have his energy. What the F ever, Brother Banner? What we about to do with that information? That's that feel-good serum. Yeah, that's some stuff you say before you go and take the field. We are Superman. We're powered by the sun. Give us all you got. That's a pep talk. F a pep talk. I can't stand a pep talk. No. Stop. We are Superman. It's cool. Like I said, these conversations, they go over well, with the progressive woke crowd. It sounds good, but again, all right, we here now.
Man.
Shout out to Mr. Wilson. Appreciate you coming through, OG. He says, hey, everybody. Thank you guys for your words. Here's the problem. How come these guys are doing nothing now? Remember, I was there in the 60s. Shout out to Mr. Wills. I think I bought you up. Yeah. Talking about MLK. We get it, OG. Shout out to y'all. You and Baba T. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all seen some things. Keep spreading the wisdom like you do.
There you go. Shout out to the OGs. OG Rachai, all the OGs in the chat.
For sure.
A white scientist said that it's not possible. They run from the sun. Superman is supposed to be darker than the darkest night ever. These are the things that I notice, and it be fucking my head up, dog. I can't sleep. And I'd be like, don't nobody else see it? And then when I say it, Negro said it, I'm crazy. When I said something about that, I can't say it because last time I said it, they threw me off TV. Like, and look at what they're saying about what happened to people after they took that. Blood clots. They can't have children. They die. I missed the movie because of that. But they acted like I was crazy when I said something about it. Bro, I'll just tell you this. From this point in my life, and this is going to surprise you, I really...
All right. Here we go. Here's another thing. You could have been hitting on something. The thing is, that don't mean you are right about everything, especially when you got as many opinions as somebody like David Banner has. So you can't say, you see, I was right about that, and y'all call me crazy. That means I'm right about everything. Y'all need to stop calling me crazy because I'm right about everything. And it's like, not really. But you could be hitting on some things.
There you go. And he is correct about that cootie shot. Yeah, the study's coming out, and they're meeting in the halls of Congress about it, decide the ongoing side effects. Yeah, can't reproduce, deletions, neuro whatever issues with your nerves and your brain, all foobar. And in the heat of, we see no news coverage. The one sister got the prick and she couldn't walk forward regular. She had to walk backwards just to what it was. Wild stuff. Neurological issues. It is real, and my heart goes out to anybody that had to make that decision. Like, I was not forced with that ultimatum, but some folks, they said either take it or lose your employment. It's easy to say I wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't met with that option, but my heart goes out to anybody who had to do that because wicked stuff, man. Appreciate you. Better believes me. Good to see you. Says, I thought Umar was a scholar. Ethiopians practiced Christianity before the Romans. They even have more books in the Bible than Queen James. Yeah, shout out to the complete Holy Scriptures. Appreciate you. Better believes me.
Yeah! I want to be around good human beings. Everything that I do in my life will always be for Black people. But I realize that it is important for me to do for me, and those who see it can come along. Those who don't have to suffer. And they will suffer until they see if my way is the right way, it's the way to go. But Cam, it's the best time in history. Why everybody's scared and why so many wild things is happening in the world. If we had our shit together, it wouldn't take but a couple of us to put our money together, bro. We can go buy and do anything. We can go buy up Ghana. We can go any of these places, buy land here. We can go back to Mississippi.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Point blank period. No sugarcoat, no nothing.
Listen, shout out to Rachad. Rachad been saying that. Shout out to Hustler's Philosopher. A lot of people keep saying, go back and buy Mississippi. when we've heard that a number of times, the Delta or the Carolinas or something. But a lot of people keep talking about the Mississippi Deltas and all of that. I mean, yeah, sound good. He said it won't take but a couple of us. And y'all got the bread. Y'all got to spearhead it.
There you go. There you go. Somebody with resources got to go ahead and take the lead. Shout out to Mississippi. Located in Mississippi Delta, Mound Bayou is a historic, predominantly black city founded in 1887 by formerly enslaved people led by Isaiah T. Montgomery. Still to this day is standing. Like I said, we need to attach ourselves to something we've already established. We fought, we've been fighting. Black Wall Street was not the only place, Central Park, whatever, that was not the only, there were many places and some still stand. I'm down for that. Reclaim Mississippi. And there you go. I also believe that will help against eminent domain. It is what I think that's why our ancestors went to the swamp lands and the marshland, because it was undesirable to the colonizers. He said, we can't develop this. It ain't profitable enough to develop this. That's what we should do. I'm down for that. But you want to know what it's going to take for that? Accountability, self-sufficient, and also being physically healthy and able to deal with the environment.
Are you a racist?
Am I a racist? No. You have to have power in order to be a racist. I may be a bigot. I mean, I might be that if you want to call me something. I'm not, but I'm just saying. What people won't tell you about the word racist is, in order for you to be a racist, I can't stop white people from shopping at no grocery store, can I? I can't stop them from going to no club or no school, can I? I can't be racist. I don't have no fucking power. You can't be black and be racist if you know the true root of the word. I study every day of my life. There's no way black people can be racist. Now, if you want to look at the word racist in the way that most people think of it, which I don't, Marcus Garvey said, and this blew my head off, he said he doesn't have a problem with white people's racism. He has a problem with black people's lack of racism. If we thought of ourselves and put ourselves first the way that they do, then we would be just fine. But we put everybody before we put ourselves in anything, dude. So maybe we should be.
Yeah, I can ride that crazy train. Maybe we can change the wording up, but you can use whatever words you want. I just say, be one. A lot of people say, and shout out to Claude Anderson, because it is a race. It's not this evil word like white man try to make it. You know what I mean? Everybody's racing for resources, power, all these good things, every other ethnic group. But we get caught up in this thing where we don't know we in this race, and everybody keep lapping us, but we need to figure it out.
There you go. Well said, David Banner. And I second that message. The proof is in the pudding. Yeah, as far as economically, we can't be racist. I've said this many times on camera up here. Ain't nothing we can do that's going to have an effect on white folks' employment, except getting accepted into a school, being able to purchase a house. Nothing. But vice versa, for sure, right on. See what I mean? That's why, we can be bigots. You can be a bigot, I guess. Even that, I don't even see how that works.
Yeah, like he said, if that's what you want, maybe. But yeah, but Cam sitting up here with these hoochie daddy shorts with his legs crossed, they definitely going in the sub.
Dang.
Man.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favorite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
Wade in the water, diamond, wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Yeah,
man. Triggered by that daggone hoochie daddy movement years ago. I'll never forget that, man. I was like, what? that whole summer, I wore pants. I said, I ain't even wearing shorts. I swear I did. I wore nice linen pants all summer. I said, I'm not even putting on shorts. I'd be damned if somebody walk up to me and I'd be swinging. Yeah, you got to stand. Listen, you got to make a conscious effort today to stand on your masculine square, man. Don't be out here wearing, you know what I mean? What's the inseam? You know, when you go buy them shorts, they got the inseam right on there. I don't know what Hoochie Daddy shorts inseam is. You look at them, and if it look like your Franken beans can spill up out of them, leave them where they at.
Man, seriously. But other than that, folks, we done made it through this wonky show tonight. All right, talking about this broken system, the land of the free, MAGA, Black America, reparations. We had a hell of a talk. Chud still crying, and he's still in jail, probably enjoying it.
Oh, Chud just said he like it raw. But it's gonna be more rage baiting coming down the pike all summer long. It's just starting to heat up. If you don't think Big Daddy government, social media land, and that orange tyrant in office ain't got more things up their sleeves, you smoking with cigarettes, it's gonna get wild. You know, it always seems to be. We can predict. Shout out to Cart Before the Horse, SBC Truth Over Lies Nation. We love to predict things. It's fun, right? You know, but we can never really predict just how bad things are going to be. We've been wrong many times in that. We predict things going to get bad, but when the chickens really come home to roost, it seems to always be a lot worse than what we thought up. But nevertheless, no matter how bad it get, we gonna continue to report the news as we are Cart Before the Horse journalists, and we appreciate y'all coming through, dealing with us, you jive chickens. Y'all always come through, supporting your interests, supporting your channel, supporting your beautiful Black media. Please continue to do so, hitting that super chat, hitting that Cash App, please, and a thank you.
Also, make sure y'all join in the Patreon. All right, we're planning on doing the show this week in the Patreon. So make sure you are joined or you will miss out. And we'll also be back up here Thursday night for Single by Choices.
There you go. Shout out to everybody in the Patreon. Shout out to the brother Stu P. He's always active in the chats in the Discord. Yeah, you want exclusive content. You want to keep up throughout the day with things that we post, and got to join the Patreon. That's where our true Cart Before the Horse family is. Join the Patreon today, you jive chickens.
That part. Yeah! Boom, other than that, like I said, we'll be back up here Thursday night. We'll see if Cheyenne Bryant's still in the news. See what else. Also, shout out to I think it was Sister Nais dropped some stuff in the email, so we may have more to talk about with that. We'll see.
Oh boy, ain't gonna slow down no time soon. This got to come to a head. I'm still looking to see how she gonna wiggle her way out of this. I got faith. She's a cunning hyena. I think something's coming.
So only way to find out is to be here Thursday night, and we'll see y'all then. Until then, I'm Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Cart Before the Horse Production.
A good evening.
We're trying to get you old now, viral online.
Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kiss. Break generational suffering. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not bury boys.
Not bury boys.